future and life. Let this light that's within me shine to the whole world, whole world. Light, let the dawn of a new day bring understanding and love. Hope inside, inside, yeah. Inside, inside, bringing hope and make you feel alright. Rainbow, the promise, the future and life. Let this light that's within me shine to the whole world.
Happy Monday, good evening.
Light, let the dawn of a new day bring understanding.
Fine, good evening. Oh, thank you for the likes already. I see you, Mr. Discipline. Good evening, happy Monday.
Inside, yeah. Inside,
What is on saying? Oh,
inside.
Rockstone, welcome, good
Bringing
evening.
hope and make
Please
you
help
feel
share this live, help share. An interesting topic today. Well, I always really.
the promise, the
I hope our
future
Monday
and
so far so good.
life.
How was our weekend as well?
Let the
Yeah, mine was a bit
light that's
quiet. Thank
within
God.
me shine to the whole world, whole world.
So if you click down on your screen and hold it for about 2 or 3 seconds, you'll see some names pop up. Please send to all of your friends. Let them be part of our talk today. It's very crucial, very crucial to every individual's life. Inside. Blessed Guy, I see you. Good evening, welcome to Inside. I can't believe the time is, oh my God. And to even imagine, we were saying happy new month, happy new 12 days gone already. Wow. Time is just going so fast. They say what you have to do quick. I hope we're not procrastinating. I hope we're not dragging our feet. I hope we're, making the right connections, the right networking group of people or individuals to keep our life going more positively. I see you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope your day has been good so far. Mine has been, I thank God. So I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes, then I'm going to go into my talk. And when I finish with my talk, I have 2 questions today, actually, not one. So I have 2 questions I want us to really discuss today. On Monday here on Insight, we talk about issues or topics relating to individuals, how we can live better, do better by ourselves and people around us so that we can make this world a better place to live. One person at a time you might have to touch, because sometimes you want to reach out to a group of people and it seems so daunting, or it seems so, you may seem frustrated. Why not start with one individual at a time? Perhaps that way you'll be most effective. Christine Elio, I see you. Thanks for joining in today. I hope you are good. Welcome to Insight with FunmiRoyal today. I hope our day has been good. It's been a wonderful weekend by the grace of God. Thank God for life, another day. To say, Father, I thank you. I always say, this is the day the Lord has made. Indeed, I am going to rejoice and be glad in it. I've been rejoicing since I woke up. Despite all of, life's challenges, we just have to keep hope alive and get on with it. Win some, lose some, we move on. God helping us, really. So, Yeah, I think my talk is not too long, but maybe examples that will come flooding. I don't know. We'll see how far we go. And like I said, I have two questions. I haven't brought a puzzle today, but yeah, whatever happens, if it gets so heated up, yeah, I can always cook up one anyway, just to kind of ease the mood a bit. But hopefully, we might not really need a puzzle to calm this live today. So we'll see how it goes. Once again, welcome to Insight with FunmiRoyal. Please help share this live. And guys, as you're coming in, one thing I found out is if you keep tapping and liking this live, it kind of automatically draw people here. At least they'll listen to one or two we're saying, and they might just learn or gain one or two information that will be of good value, importance to them as well. Big Lima, I see you. Thank you so much. Stylish Mimi, I see you. Thank you so much for joining. So I'm just going to go straight into the talk so that I can finish on time and bring us up to discuss this some more. As you can see on that screen, our topic for today is networking. Maybe I said the good, bad, and ugly. Networking is what we're going to be discussing today. Oh, thank you, Shine, for the heart to me. Thank you. I hope you're good as well. So, by way of introduction, we're going to look at this topic today. In today's interconnected world, the phrase, it is not just what you know, but who you know. Because sometimes you may know everything, and if you're not networking the right way, you may just struggle a little bit. So it has never been more relevant than in this present day, to be honest with you. Before, people used to network. It wasn't like really a popular thing as such, but now when you say networking, you know you're talking about this 21st century and all that it entails. So networking, once seen as a corporate buzzword, exactly, you know, they use it in the corporate world and all this professional formal and what have you, but now locally, socially, in all ways, people are networking, you know, and this has become an essential life skill for individuals from all over, all walks of life. So whether you're a student, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're creative, you're a professional, yeah, so it doesn't really matter these days. Anywhere you find yourself, there's always a group of people you can always network with. And some people have so many connections in terms of network. So not necessarily, it could be family. You know, you find your long lost family or your grand old relatives and all of that. Network with them, get to know them, you know, get to hear their story. So there's so many ways people can network today. So, but what does network or networking really mean for you as an individual? What does it mean for me as an individual? How does it shape, you know, your opportunities, your growth, your relationship? These are things we're going to be exploring today. The Canaba, I see you. Thank you so much for joining. Reb Girls, I see you. Thanks for joining. Please help share this live. It's something we ought to talk about because there's certain topics, you know, we can't shy away from. Erica, I see you. I hope your day has been good. We can't shy away from, because if not, we're shortchanging ourselves. We're losing out. So let's talk about it and, you know, let's be positive in our thinking. Of course, we're not denying the negatives of networking. So all of this we're going to be talking about today. Otherwise, this talk is not going to be a balanced one, is it? No. So let's understand networking. Networking is not merely collecting contacts, handling our business cards. It's about building genuine relationships. I tell you, since I came on this live since last year, April, Shine, Erica, quite a number of us, you know, Leslie, Debbie, Adassa, a lot of you I can mention, Linda, Diva, even King Sylvester, Shine, you yourself, you know, your wife, Mighty Woman. There's a lot of people that TikTok has kind of connected me with. And, you know, we're like a community or a family. See, Shine is here supporting me. I can't even remember the last time I was on Shine. So you can imagine that networking could be something good. And he's here helping me to like this live now. If not for the networking, and you can imagine how you can connect with people from all over the world. Like I say, I'll keep balancing it. there's danger to certain networking as well. So those are the things we're really going to talk about so that we can be safe while still networking with other people. So networking is building genuine relationships with people. It has to do with exchanging values, not just seeking gain. I know I've been to some lives. I've even joined certain communities that I've had to withdraw myself from because as time went on, I found out that our goals, our values, these people were grieving my spirit. And I'm like, no, I do not have to belong to this kind of community. So, I mean, it's a choice. It's a choice where you belong. It's a choice who you want to connect with. It's a choice who you want to network with. Big Sam, I see you. Thanks for joining. So, also, it's about creating mutual growth opportunities. When I started my life, I was chasing, okay, let me meet 1,000 so I could go live, or is it 100 or whatever, I don't know at the time. And after a while, you have some grow community, building, networking, and all of that. And, the followers was growing and growing. And at some point, it was dropping drastically as well. And I was beginning to question what's happening here. Maybe I need to go and study more about TikTok and all. But connection, one or two people would talk, rub minds, and like, for me, don't worry, your people will come. I said, okay, no worries, because I believe so much in what the Lord have assigned me to do here on TikTok, and maybe it's a way of me encouraging myself, but I'm not making that a priority. Even if it's Shine that is here with me today, I think my day is done. So just so that you know that it creates mutual growth and opportunities as well when you network rightly. So for individuals, networking is both strategic and personal. Connecting with others who can inspire you, who can guide you, or people you can kind of collaborate with as you evolve. For some of you who may not know, I help produce a friend's live here on TikTok as well. Look out on Saturday mornings, 10:30 UK time for Voices Everywhere. It's last Saturday, my goodness, the airwaves of TikTok was buzzing so much. So issues we talk about, these are real life issues we talk about, how it's affecting people, how people can learn to do better. So that's kind of a community you'll find me there. And I bet some people, they talk politics. I'm not one for politics. You can see what I'm doing here. But because of the interest, the values, that a big one brings on, I like to join that community. And so many other communities that I join in there. Olumi as well. If you know Olumi, she talks about parenting, the right way to parenting, and things like that. It kind of fascinates me when I see people that I share common values with. You can also start, reflecting about your networking group here on TikTok as well. And I tell you, there's so many people wanting to network with me, wanting me to collabo and all of that. But I'm like, no, let me be focused, really. So there's a whole lot of networking going on out there, but you just have to find the right one for you. So why networking matters for you personally, and why it matters to me as well, because it matters. Like I said, this fast-paced world, this 21st century, sometimes is not what you know, is who you know, because otherwise you suffer needlessly, you lose out on opportunities and things like that. So networking matters because opportunity and access might just come your way in terms of some people are looking for work and they've put their CVs out, go on Indeed and all of those websites. And then you're just networking, you meet this person and you get talking. Thank you so much for the heart, me, Kenneth Peters. I hope you're going to stay today. Thank you so much for joining. How was your day? And you just meet this person, you start talking, and then you go into professional talk, and you be like, oh, you're in between jobs, I say, oh, what do you do, by the way? Oh, and my company is actually looking to hire. Bam, there you go. Is it what you know? Is who you know. And for maybe months, you've been looking for work, and now you stumble on this person. Maybe you're just even meeting them, trying to build that relationship, and before you know, you didn't know that it's source to your new job. Networking. So it brings opportunities, it brings access, jobs, collaborations, partnership, even scholarships often come through referrals and informal channels most of the time. Could be just somebody just talking and talking. I was listening to this lady on YouTube yesterday. What's her first name? Inze, the wife of Inze, this popular Nollywood actress, and she was sharing her journey, the good, bad, and ugly. And hearing her story, I'm like, wow. But she had this network of people that she said, even when she decided she wanted to end it, there were this set of people she had networked with who were there to help her, back up on her feet. So likewise for you, if you check, your friends, your professional colleagues, and all of that, who are the people you are networking with? Do they bring about opportunity, access for growth, and all of that? So a single connection can open doors that hard work alone may not unlock. And this is the reality. I've been to places, I've been to workplaces, I was just doing my thing, even doing more than I've been assigned, so to say. I didn't know the manager was watching and looking. And then there's this particular role that has been there forever, nobody filling that role. And then I was a contractor, and before I knew it, the man called me, before my contract ended. He said, "Oh, I'm so sorry I left your the contract so late because I thought you were still going to come back, because you can only be a contractor in that company for about 11 months or so. So every 3 months they cannot renew your contract." So this was my 333, I think it was my 10th month or whatever. I don't know how the calculation, because I knew it was only 1 month contract I had left. And I'm like, am I going to take 1 month contract? I better go and look for another work. I didn't realize that this person had been watching me. The manager was watching. When new people come, I take my time to show them the ropes. This is what you do. This is how you do it. Don't worry, if you have any question, ask me, because I've been there for a while. So this man came to me when I switched off the computer like this. He just came and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Fumi. I left your contract. I didn't know. What were you saying? What are you saying?" He said, "Well, when you go for your meeting with your agency, they're going to offer you 1 month. Don't just say, 'No, I don't want. What's 1 month? Look for another.'" No, he said, "Please sign up for that 1 month so that when you come back for that 1 month, I'll quickly process your permanent role." I'm like, whoa. That was all he said. I didn't even know there was more coming. And then after I signed up, and I came back again to start the 1 month. Of course, new people came with that set of group and all. 2 weeks into my signing to be a permanent worker, he called me again to the office, said, "I've noticed you for the last few months. You've taken the initiative to train people, to do da. So this shift, we don't have a training coordinator. Would you like to be?" I'm like, "Hey, Ma, who born me? Who did this?" And this man said a lot of things that I didn't know he was watching. And I'm like, wow. When people even came, they thought maybe I had a role. They didn't know I was a contractor like them, because I took it upon myself to show them the ropes. Because if you don't know what you're doing there, honestly, you'll be lost and you will mix up things and it will mess up a big deal of work for everybody on each line. So I said, why not? I'm up for the challenge. And then I didn't just sign to be a permanent worker. I was given the role of a training coordinator. I'm like, wow. So I had to go on the other shift to get trained properly and all of that. And I came back, oh my God, I was enjoying it. So you can imagine. And through that, at work, at home, in church, people, I'm like, if you're looking for work, go to this agency. Come through this agency. I was advocating, made a lot of friends, So a single connection can open doors that hard work alone may not even unlock. Again, learning and growing. My God, that networking for me paved way for a lot of things, because the good, bad, and ugly, like I said, I was doing my thing, and some people felt, when did they employ this one? They're making a training coordinator. We have been here for so long. It was a big thing, but I'm grateful to God, because God made a way. Eventually, I had to overcome that challenge at work, and I stayed. I think I worked there for almost 7 years before I relocated. So learning, it was an opportunity for me to learn. So I had to go to the other shift and learn everything, all the new gadgets coming in. I had to learn how it works, go on my shift, train people, certify them, and get them, certified to train other people and things like that. So I learned a lot. In fact, I never thought, I just wanted a permanent job. I never thought I would get that role, which I was even occupying as it were, before I even got the role. So networking exposes you to new ideas, industries, cultures, and experiences. So don't overlook the power of networking. As we're here now, okay, there's 4 odd people. I don't know if I check the FYP, I might see more people there. It's very important. And trust me, there's always a group out there for you. So do not feel discouraged. Herbalist Mo. Marius, I see you. Thanks for joining. Denise, thank you so much for joining. Mark Simpson, I see you. So conversations with others often challenge your assumptions and inspire innovation through networking, because sometimes you might feel, you are the guru at this, you know all about this thing and all, and then you meet some set of people of like minds, and they're telling you recent things happening in that field, and you look lost. You better connect quickly so that you can be on top of your game. So a conversation here and there can just challenge your ways of thinking through that networking. Again, support and encouragement. Having a network means having a tribe, really. People who support your dreams, people who celebrate your wins is very important. Because if you're networking with somebody, all they want is take off of you. When you're celebrating or you're, celebrating your successes, achievements, they don't want to associate with you, maybe out of jealousy or whatever. So be mindful, but really, these are part of the things you gain from networking. They help to encourage you, they celebrate you, and they help you through your setbacks. So we need people. No man is an island. Yes. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Family talk. So, are the people you're networking with celebrating your wins, or they just want to hear about your downfall alone? Food for thought. Those are things you need to be mindful of, pay attention to. Like I said, I don't want to make it too long a talk today, but I'll try my best to finish on time so we can come and talk some more. So let's look at practical ways to network as an individual, because there's so many ways these days, but I'm just going to limit it to a few bits, at least just to keep our minds, thinking about these things. Because some may say, I don't know how to network. If I want to network here, they will put me aside, they segregate me, they did this. We always complain, say excuses are for failures. And I know you and I were not failures. So let's see how to network with individuals. Like I said, there's so many ways, but let's pay attention to this few that I'm going to mention. And you can also think of some you can share and type in there. Thank you so much, Shine. Thank you for liking the live. 5K likes now, but thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So, practical ways to network. And look, we're not going to shy away from all the innovations, technologies that we have out here. If you're still back there in 70s or 60s, trust me, you really want to catch up on the latest out there technology-wise, because there's knowledge in there. Knowledge, they say, it gives you power. Knowledge is power, as they say. So you have online presence. This one, I was looking, should I put number 3, number 1, or number 2? But online presence, platforms like LinkedIn, very effective. X, formerly Twitter, also, or even Instagram, can be a great source of reaching out to other people. Reach out to like-minded people, individuals, professionals. It enables you to share your work, your thoughts, or even questions. It draws people in organically. That's why when you're there out there on that platform, the people who buy into your ideas, what you're doing, they would find you. They would find you somehow. And likewise, you will also find like-minded people. It helps for you to share your works, your thoughts, even questions that you may have. Like I said, it draws people organically. Like here on, sometimes when I finish, I go to see how many people, because sometimes it might just be 15 people or how many people. But by the time I see the number of people that have trooped in and out, I'll be like, wow. I just thought it was just this my community, people like that. So keep your profiles updated online and connect with professionals in your industry as well. And TikTok as well. Thank you, Shine, for adding that. How can I forget TikTok? Keep your profiles updated, like I said, connect with professionals in your industry, even other industries that you might be interested in. Send personalized messages when connecting with people. I remembered when I started live last year, April. One of the things I said, it's going to be work, more work. When I finish at now, I might just be too tired. But that thing said, when you finish, at least the main people, there's a way the thing will bring 100 names of those who stayed or those who dropped by and all of that. So I would take my time to just say thank you for stopping by. And it became a way of like, because initially I felt, wouldn't that be a long thing and all? But I'm like, you have to be intentional too, which is, I'm coming to the next point. So I just said, I'm going to do this. So once you see me finish, whatever time we finish, I still, whether I'm sleeping with one eye or what, I still text. Thank you so much for stopping by today, because it only goes so far. I mean, nobody really have to stop by, but they did because they believe in what we're doing here. And I appreciate every single one of you. Once again, thank you so much for helping me build this community as well. It's been a pleasure knowing a lot of people. I can attest to that. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. There you go. So yeah, sometimes my eyes are like this. I'm like, oh, feeling sleepy. And most times people will respond back, maybe with a thumbs up or heart me or something. It really encourages me as well. So even if I'm so tired when I finish, I'll be like, oh no, remember, you have to say thank you and all. So I quickly go back and do that. So again, you can network through intentional conversations. Be curious, ask about others' journeys, challenges, their passion. When you network with people, what are you trying to find out? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to achieve? And remember that as you are networking, whoever gives you that audience, I mean, it's on you to reciprocate. They want to know about you. So don't just want to know all about them and fashy them. If they ask you one question, you'll be like, you're hoarding information or something. No, you will not build any reasonable network like that. Again, don't always seek to get. You want to get. Sometimes just offering encouragement or resources build trust. I've had to, even after the session, I've had to, some people had reached out because I don't know, there was topics we talked about. I'm a professional counselor, I'm an integrative counselor, and some people will reach out, they're like, how can they get counseled, and this. I'm like, okay, on TikTok, I'm like, I will find time to do this with you. But when I see that it may be getting serious, I refer them to my website. Go book an appointment so we do it properly if you're serious about things. Because if I know that when you give free like that, people tend to take things for granted. And, it's my profession, it's what I do for a living as well. So I give 1 or 2 free sessions here and there. And I tell them, if you're serious about it, you can do that. So there you go. Again, attend events and join communities, just like a number of us do here on TikTok, Instagram, even on YouTube. You can attend events. Some people go live, like I'm live now. People join and come in and out and all of that. So you can join conferences, workshops online, remember. Again, could be a local meetup, online forums, gold mine, so don't overlook them. They're gold mine for genuine connection. I remembered when I was having my book launch last October, there was this person that always came on here supporting and all, and then she DM'd me. She said, oh, where is the venue? Because she's here in London. I said, where is the venue? Because I'm gonna come. I said, do you mean that? Of course, I did promo adverts. Not that I wasn't expecting people, but I was shocked when this person really reached out to say, I'm coming for your book launch. I was so encouraged. I said, okay, if you mean it, here's the details, Guess what? They did not just only show up on my book launch, they even brought a friend. I'm like, wow. And that connection today, in fact, is like I found my long lost sister. It's been so beautiful, so amazing. And I'm like, I've built this close relationship with this person who I met on TikTok. And guess what? I even saved their name as this person TikTok. TikTok mate or something like that. So you never can tell, you never can tell. Attend workshops, like I said, local meetups that are relevant to your field and network through that avenue. Bring your business card and follow up with people you meet. It's very crucial. This networking we're talking about, hey, it's very important you are ready for it. Don't go networking if you know you're not going to sustain it or build that relationship. Because some people are time wasters, I tell you. I kid you not. Those are the, anyway, we'll come there. Let me not jump my notes. Again, you might have to volunteer in your community, as in your local community where you live, participate in discussions that we'll be doing later on here today, and follow up after meeting someone. Don't just go to that conference or seminar and connect with people and you don't hear from them, they don't hear from you. Sometimes you may have to be the one putting in extra work. And when they see that you're serious, you really want a network, they will reciprocate. Because people, like I said, you don't want time wasters, in that space. Again, join professional association or groups. Like I said, participate actively in organizations related to your career or your hobbies or things that, you value. Volunteer roles or committees to get noticed, because sometimes you're volunteering your time doing this and you don't know who you're going to meet that will help you tomorrow. Yeah, good evening, Kenneth. I saw you before. Thank you so much for joining in today. Again, another way to network would be reaching out to your alumni, your primary. Some people even go as far as primary school. I'm like, hey, people are very ambitious. Could be secondary school, your university, your PhD, masters, wherever. You could reach out to that alumni, connect with alumni from your school who are in your field. Most are open to sharing advice and possibly making introductions. I remember this other program that I helped my friend with on Saturdays, like I was saying. So once we get the topic, we'll be like, who can we invite as a guest? I'm thinking, and this day I was just talking to a friend in America, and I'm like, oh, I need a politician that will be bold enough to talk about politics, da da da. Immediately said, oh, for me, I've got the right candidate. He joined the person to the line and we got talking, ideas start flowing. I'm like, oh my God, just a normal phone call has led to this connection, so you never can tell. Reach out. And it was through my alumni, secondary school alumni, that I was able to reconnect back with this friend I'm talking about. And our relationship has grown, and in fact, it's like my long lost brother, so to say. And likewise, with that alumni, there are people that I reconnected with that I had to disconnect myself from. And that's just the truth, really. So, reach out to your alumni is another way to network as well, especially people in your field or people with like minds. Again, ask for informational interviews. Reach out to professionals for short virtual or in-person meetings to learn more about their career path, insights. Sometimes when you do that, especially when you're looking for work in that particular field, you find out that the career paths they share with you, their insights, would even help you when you're going for your own interviews. And that connection is beneficial to you as well. Some people don't mind. They don't mind sharing their career path, their journeys, insights into, especially if it's the same field you're pursuing. So they don't mind sharing because they've been there, done that, so to say. So they can give you tips when you're going for interviews. These are things you need to. But if you don't network with people in your profession, you can even go on Facebook. I remembered one of the things my supervisor said. So, oh, for me, are you on this counseling group on Facebook? I said, what am I looking for? Say, it's very important. Go there. And I started reading up. I looked for this particular group. I saw, different counselors, some close by me, some. I'm like, wow. And they were sharing their thoughts, their challenges as a counselor and things. And I got drawn into that. Pam, I apply. And you have to even apply to join. They don't just take anyhow people. So I had to wait, I think 4 or 5 days before somebody would reach back to me to say, okay, we've accepted you. We're adding you to this group and all. And I'm like, these people are so formal. But I mean, maybe they had to check my profile out. I don't know what they had to do, but at least I got signed up, so to say, which was yay. I'm like, okay, it's a good thing. Network with people. Attend local networking mixes. Many cities have young professionals, young entrepreneur networking events. Do you attend such? Even me, I'm asking myself, I do attend women, exercise, whatever, I do attend from time to time. So these are low pressure ways to make contact, because sometimes we overthink it, especially when you think professional, you have to be da all the time. No, it could just be your community. They're doing some whatever night. Just go there and you meet people you've never met before. You get talking, you find out that, oh my God, I used to work where you work now. And you start networking and start rubbing minds and things like that. So again, be a giver. If you're ready to give, it will network you to certain people as well. Offer help, make introductions, or share your opportunities that you have seen over the years, you've come across over the years. People remember those who add value to their lives, and that's true. Some people, you might network with them, and for whatever life happens, you lose connection with them. Busy brain, I see you. Thanks for joining. Maria Brown, I see you. Good evening to you. And you find out that you've added value to certain people years ago, and then maybe years after, it could be just that name. This name, I think I worked with this, and I said, oh, do you know so person? Say, oh, that's my brother, that's my sister, or that's my father. And just because of that, your fathers did good networking, mind you. They're like, I'm going to give you this job. The fact that you're the daughter of this person, or you're the brother to this person, I'm going to give you a chance, because when your brother worked with me, it was excellent. So I'm going to extend that gesture to you. Please do not go there and disappoint your family. Network, right? Make sure you use the opportunity well, so that others coming, would benefit from that as well. And sometimes you may have to follow up when you're networking with people. Don't just network that moment and that's the end of it. How do you now build such relationship? Follow up after meeting someone. Send a thank you note or a message. Stay in touch, periodically with updates or check-ins. Who is that person? Oh, it's actually my brother. When we talk, sometimes we don't talk because everybody different time zones and all. So when we do our check-ins, oh, so what's been happening? We kind of catch up. So this is where you're at, And he might say, oh, I met this person, or you remember this person from way back, So follow up periodically. Sometimes don't network with somebody and now you not let them sleep. Morning, afternoon, night, evening, midnight, you say you're networking. That is an abuse of space. So please, let's be mindful. Again, build personal brand. This can help you network with other people, share your work or your expertise online through a blog, a vlog, portfolios, or YouTube channel, to attract like-minded people, just like what I'm doing here on Inside. I found out that some people, they've come and gone. Some have been truly part of this community, and by the time I go reach out to them, oh, it's been a while and all, I found out that they're doing their own life, and I'm so happy. Sometimes when I catch them like that, I stay support and all, and they always want me to talk. I'm like, hey, I'm just here to support and all. They say, no, you can't come to this live today without talking. I'll be like, okay, I'll give my 2 cents and all. There's some platforms that the moment I enter, it's not anything, and I give glory to God. The moment I enter like this, hey, they say FunmiRoyal is there. Before papa, they want me in the box. Sometimes I may even be on my way or I'm doing something. I'll be, oh, this person, let me just stop by. But they dare not see FunmiRoyal. They want me to come into the box straight away. I'm like, oh, wow, such honor. And I'm grateful to such people. Thank you so much for the honor. I appreciate you. It's part of the networking I've, found here on TikTok. So again, let's look at overcoming common networking barriers. Marilyn, I see you, because these things, like I say, if you don't balance our talk, we'll just not be helping people as such. So every good thing is how people use it that makes it a bad thing. You and I know that. I bet if people were to come here and tell us their nasty experience from networking, we may not live here today, but we still want to hear those stories so that we also can learn, because there's so many ways people will pretend that they're networking with you, but they have hidden agendas, and they have put a number of people in trouble because of this so-called networking. So we need to be wise We need to be intentional when we're networking with people. Our antenna, both spiritual, physical, emotional, all of it has to be like that, has to be alert. Otherwise, we know there are people scamming people, pretending to be part of your community, and then behind closed doors they're demanding, asking for this, that. So there's a whole lot to it that we need to be careful. So overcoming common barriers, when you're talking about networking, first let's look at introversion or social anxiety. Networking doesn't have to be loud or showy. Quiet, meaningful conversations often go further than surface level chatter. Some people are like, me when I go TikTok, I'm looking for celebrities. So would love to know the pros and cons. Maybe you and I will have to put our heads together. Emily, decorations. Thank you for that question. Oh, Emily, it's you. How are you, sis? Good evening to you. Oh, I'm just citing you. You've missed a little bit, because I'm almost getting to the end of my talk. So, did they say, oh, they want to go to internet or wherever? I'm fine, my pretty sis. Oh, thank you so much. You're pretty as well. I think I've seen some of your videos up there. It's amazing. It's amazing what people come to look for online. You want you want to mingle with celebrities, and one of the things that I've noticed personally, there's some celebrities that I've come across on TikTok. I found out that thousands, millions of people are following them. They're not even following anybody. I'm like, that's not good. Just even encourage some people following you. I don't know if it's the thing with celebrities. They feel if they follow you, you start disturbing them. So, well, let me not say what I'm not really too sure. But I often wonder, because it's not one, not two, not three, quite a number of them. They don't, especially those in their millions. You find out that it's just a handful, like 110, I don't know how to say, of people that they will follow. Imagine they have 6 million followers and they're just following 10 people. It doesn't balance. So that's how I think. But anyway, I might be wrong. So quite meaningful conversations often go further than surface level chatter sometimes. Start small. Maybe just one new person a month you want to connect with. I can see Emily has been part of this community maybe for a couple of weeks now. And she's with also my friend, the big one, on Saturday as well. She's an amazing contributor. I hope you're going to say today, Emily, to contribute to this networking talk we're talking about today. So you find out that, even I found out that at some point I noticed new people joining the community, and when it's time to go into our discussion, I'm looking for who to put in the box. I'll be like, I've seen this name maybe for 2-3 weeks, let me just invite them and see whether they would. And I tell you, there's a handful of people, they're always there, because once I come I see them there, but they don't come into the box. Sometimes they would engage by chatting in the chat section, and I say come up, either maybe they're at work, which I quite understand, or for whatever reason, but they're always showing up. I'm like, wow, honestly, I appreciate that. So I'm here since Big One said you have wealth of information. Hey, my dear sis, I have mine, but I want to learn from you. We're here to learn together to be better individuals. So on Monday on Inside, we'll talk about topics relating to individuals. And when you come on Thursday, 8 p.m. UK time as well, we talk about marriage relationship topics. My dear sis, well, thank God for the time you're joining. We've talked about issues that couples shy away from here. Imagine talking about abuse in marriage. People shy away from talking. We dared ourselves to talk about it here on Inside. So let's see what this year holds for us. Thank you, Adegbenga. Oh, you said it and you made it. I really appreciate it. See, an example of this networking we're talking about. Adegbenga is a part of this community. And for about a couple of weeks or so, I hadn't seen him. And I'm like, where's my brother? So I went out. I have to say this, Adegbenga, because it kind of buttress what I'm talking about today, networking. I reached, I said, bros, how far? I haven't seen you. I hope all is well, da, da, da. And the man responded, he said, it's work, Ofumi, I'm so sorry, I miss us. I said, we too, we miss you and all. And he said, don't worry, I'll be here on Monday. Bam, here he is. So So it simply shows that when you network right, people find you, you find people of like minds, and you build this community and they become part of you, you become part of them. I've never met Adegbenga face to face other than on TikTok. At least one time he opened his camera and all. I bet if I pass you on the streets of London, I may not even recognize you, except I go and see all the features and say, okay, I know this person as such. Well, because I open my camera all the time, that's the thing. Everybody know me facially, but I don't know a lot of people by face. So there you go. But the name I would know. I may not know you by face, but I know the names. Thank you, Adegbenga, for saying that and truly standing to your words. That's part of networking. So thank you for the likes as well. I haven't seen my brother A13, my Spanish brother. I hope he's okay as well. So again, another barrier, so to say, when you're talking about networking is fear of rejection, which happens. I mean, it's not everybody you want to network with that is willing to network in return back with you. So not everyone will respond or connect, and that's okay. Honestly, that's okay. I just know it's not that I want to diss anyone. Some people say, I want to be part of your community, and I see them regularly. I'm like, okay, to even engage you some more, be a moderator or come and be a moderator or something. And they're so excited. Even me, I'm excited. And they'll moderate 1, 2, and then they're gone. I'm like, oh, my goodness. The other day, I had to go back, as I was looking at all my settings and all. I saw names. I've said, oh my God, this person, did I make them moderator? Because I haven't seen them for ages. Sometimes and then I'll send a message. It's been a long while. I hope you're good. And then the week after, you see them, they'll pop in and pop out. I'll be like, wow, they're still part of that community as well. So I can't forget them because at some point, they've been part of the community. So sometimes fear of rejection. Imagine when they decide to stop for whatever reason, I'll be like, hey, I'll not ask anybody to be moderator again because, no. Alongside Woman of Purpose came and she's been one of the best moderators I've really enjoyed on my life, to be honest with you. So it's like that. They come, they go, sometimes due to a lot of reasons. Some people will not respond to you. Some people will not want to connect with you. Don't take it as, oh, it's the end of the world or something, especially maybe it's a professional and you think there's a lot you can learn from them. But it's okay if they reject you. It's not the end of you. Maybe at that point in time, as God will have it, they're not meant to network with you. Just take it and move on. Move on. So focus on those who do connect back with you, those who respond to you. Some will respond, some will not. Don't take it in bad faith, honestly. It might just be for your own good. So fear of rejection may not want people to feel okay or confident enough to want to connect with other people. Remember, many people are open to connecting if approached respectfully. Some people have found some means. Some people, in fact, I have to even go back and check this TikTok followee, whatever. Because some people will be like, you followed me, I followed you, I haven't seen you in ages. Sometimes I just scroll to see who are my friends on TikTok. Are they live? What are they doing? Some people, I've even seen their videos. I'm like, how did I follow this person? I'm being careful as well. I don't want to associate with this kind of value or whatever. And I just remove and, that's it. So you have a right to say no and yes to anyone as well. Likewise, they have the right to respond or not connect with you. It's okay, as long as you know what you're looking for as well. So remember, some people, if you don't approach them respectfully, don't even think about. Some you don't. Exactly. Don't even think about it. They'll be like, who are you? This and that. So disrespectful. Imagine someone trying to connect. I saw on my DM the other day, follow. How did they put it? Just follow or something. Very rude. I'm like, I'm not desperate, but it was kind of rude. I just ignored it because I'm like, I don't think I will approach anyone like this. It was so rude. In fact, maybe I'll find it and share with us or something. I'm like, is this how these people follow? And I try to justify it. Maybe they don't understand English. Maybe this, maybe that. But I said, no, this is very rude. I'm not even going to attend to them at all, So again, another reason barrier is that imposter syndrome. One thing I love so much is being me. And I always say this because if I fake who I am, there's only so long I can pretend. One day, my true self will show. So the Fumi you see here is the Fumi you will see in church, is the Fumi you will see whatever. Maybe I'm more jovial in some setting because here I don't want us to come and do comedy, awada, keri. No, we have to be serious because we're talking here. There's so many sides to me, but it's still the same me. So it depends on where I am networking with you from. So if you meet me in church, for example, hey, me, I dance my dance. I don't look at anybody, say, for me, the dancer or whatever. Some may say that, but me, I don't think I know how to dance, but I don't care. I just do my thing. You meet me here on Inside. We're talking serious because we have to get this life right. We only have one life to live and we must get it right. One of my pastors used to say. So you see maybe a more serious me here, but I try to bring in my puzzle jokes and all just to let you know there's more to me than this talk, so to say. And my videos, if you go on there, you see me singing, doing my thing. So I mean, this is just me. The way you see me is where I am because I don't have energy to be pretending. One day, this energy will just go and I'll be like, okay, what do I offer now? So be yourself. Don't portray yourself to be who you are not. If I want to network with you, I want to know the authentic you. I want to know the real you. Don't present a different you and then I meet you is like something else. You'll be confusing me. It's too hard. Oh, Emily, you come and tell us what is so hard. I tell you, you don't need to be an expert to network. That's one thing. In fact, we've heard, especially we from Africa, you've heard Association of Iyaloja. They're professionals in their thing. Actually, they're professionals. They're professional Iyaloja because they will tell you everything about marketing. They may not have the English to put to it, but that is what they've done since in their 20s. Now they are mothers in that market. They will tell you what will work, what will not work, and things like that. So they have their own network as well. They even do a Shrebi party and things just to let you know that this networking, if you don't take it serious, you're the one losing out. Your story, you may have to share your story, your perspective, and goals are valid and valuable. Just last week, actually, after you see this person I met on TikTok here in this my community, and we got talking. I see they're reasonable, sensible, so I connected with them, and along the line, getting to know this person, they talked about this and I mean not say illness, a thing anyways. And I'm like, wow, do you know, even me, for so many years I carried this infirmity, and I remembered I did a video on YouTube, so I had to look for the link. I said, this is my testimony, key into it, and we prayed together. This is somebody I met on TikTok here. So you don't need to be an expert really. However, you must have something to offer that network. Oh, definitely. Oh, very much so, because you're not going to get and not give something as well. So be mindful, especially those selfish people. And I tell you truly, there's some people like that. They network, it's their life goal, but they're not ready to give anything of themselves. So thank you for saying that, Shine. We're going to talk some more. I'm just going to round up very soon. So I prayed with them. I sent that link. I said, well, hopefully this would encourage your faith, that I know, because if I carried something for 30 years and maybe yours, you say, oh, me too at this age. I said, well, there's nothing God cannot do. I said, at some point, I decide whether you heal me or not, you don't heal me, I will still serve you, God. And he did it. So I said, be encouraged. And I prayed with them. That gives me joy. And sometimes I wonder, I say, hey, this kind of quality friendship from TikTok. So don't downplay any online connections as well. Say true, there was a room that I stumbled into that I felt out of place. There's so many like that. That's why you have your own values, and if it doesn't tally with your values and principles in life, honestly, as Jesus said, dust your shoes and waka komot, as my people would say. So you don't have to be an expert. Be yourself. What is your story? That's what people want to know. What is your perspective? What are your goals? Are they valid? Are they valuable? That is what will make people want to connect with you. But if you're not sincere, you're not honest, they see you today, carpenter, tomorrow you are this, they'll just, what is this person? Jack of all trade, master of none, or what? You just confuse people, and nobody wants to mingle with a confused person, so to say. So be your authentic self. Make sure that at least the view that you're presenting in that space is the authentic one so that people can truly connect with you. So I just want to look, I'm a born again Christian, a Bible believing believer. So I want us to look at a biblical perspective briefly. Is optional faith-based angle. I mean, you don't have to take this. My Bible says in Proverbs 27:17, it says, as iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. I just shared with you now the person I prayed with. We prayed together, trusting God for their healing. Imagine meeting this person on TikTok. Hey, so my Bible talks about iron sharpening iron, meaning we should sharpen one another's countenance. He was going through that. I didn't know the call was going to come. We talked so many bits of life and all of that, and we got there. I'm like, it felt, said, okay, for me, based on that, please pray for me. I'm like, I said, now? He said, yeah, now. I said, oh, okay. And I prayed. And I'm trusting God for their healing as well. So this is part of network. Like I said, I met this person on TikTok here. So this reminds us that we grow stronger together. You have to give, you have to take, you have to give, you have to take to balance that networking. Otherwise, if you're always receiving, and you're not willing to share of you, they will block you. They will block you. So sometimes know that God often uses people to bless and shape our journey. I can't begin to tell you the number of strangers I've met in my lifetime. I'll be one, I say, I don't know this person. TikTok, I've started. I don't know this person. You could see the genuineness in them trying to help or to do something. Sometimes it baffles me because I'm like, yeah, I know God will not come down in person. He will send somebody. But you'll be thinking maybe it's this person you know, that person you know. No, it's a different person. God is networking your way. So shine your eyes. Shine. I beg to use your name. Shine your eyes. Shine your antenna and know that sometimes God will connect you with the right people. But you have to be wise in, building that connection as well. So walk with the wise and become wise. True. And foolish person too. We should see they are folly by the friends they go about with. Say most times he uses a total stranger. I'm telling you, please do ahead, Ma. Go ahead, Ma. Okay, go ahead. I know. Shine your eyes. Shine your eyes. And it's not all people that want to know you too that you should pour yourself in. The more reason you should shine your spiritual eyes, your mind as well. Because some people, maybe they see something and they're there to pull you that as well. So you have to be mindful as well, the people you bring in there. There's so many, I just don't want to go fully into that, the dangers, of networking, especially this online. Mostly, even face to face or in person, through a friend of a friend and things. There are dangers in there. A lot of people have been kidnapped as a result of networking with the wrong people, the wrong group, and things like that. A lot of people have been corrupted in their mindset. A lot of people have been lured into drugs and a whole lot of things. Those are the dangers of networking that I really want us to maybe focus on when we're talking. That's why I didn't want to touch too much on that. Thank you. Leslie, thank you. That's another story. I tell you, there's topic coming out of this topic as usual, really, so I'm not surprised. Good evening, Leslie. I hope you are good. I hope you finished chopping all the carrots so that when you come into the box, we will talk. Just kidding. I hope your day has been good. I know Monday is a serious day, but I don't want us to be too serious, but at the same time, let's be focused, so to say. So I'm going to be concluding so that we can come up and discuss some more, especially the dangers of it. I've mentioned a few barriers. It was intentional so that we'll talk some more about it. So from my individual perspective, networking is not about manipulation or self-promotion as such, because if things are not balanced, you will not gain the essence of that thing. So it's about intentionally building bridges, human bridges that help you cross into new experiences, new insight, new purpose. Thank you so much. Oh, that's Leslie. Oh, thank you for the gift. Thank you so much. And to those been tapping since, God bless you. I really appreciate you. So when you do it intentionally, you find out that you gain new experiences, new insight with FunmiRoyal, new purpose. Because some people, until you meet that person, You might not just go that next higher level. And it's not like a curse or anything. It's just how God has designed certain things to be. Imagine that workplace that I said, if that man had not been paying attention, I didn't even know that somebody was watching me. Hey, I said, God can put in the heart of a stranger to come and just be a blessing to you. Whether you prayed for it or not, it's been assigned before you were born that at some point in time, whether you know them, you don't know them, God has placed on their heart to come and be a blessing to you. So you'll be shocked and you'll be surprised that some prayers you say, I didn't pray this thing, go, but I mean, it's all for your own good anyways. So when done authentically, as in networking, when it is done authentically, networking becomes a source of strength, really. So if you're networking with people and you're not feeling that strength, that energy, that positivity and all, check that network group or people, whoever. So that's why he is God. I know, that's why he is God. So check any network you, especially new ones you're trying to build, and you find out that it's draining, you find out that you're having sleepless night, please re-network yourself away from such network. Okay, so networking becomes a source of strength when it's done authentically. It brings about opportunity and it can bring a lifelong connection. Emily, do you know that Big One and I, we worked, he knew me when I was a teenager. And now we're here in UK, found ourselves again and all started working, together at least. And we attend the same church. I remember when I went to that church, he was there, I didn't even know. I said, hey, who am I seeing? It's a lie, it's a truth, And he was even in the media and I was, eventually found my way to I said, wow, he told you the story, I tell you. So sometimes it's old time friends, disconnection have taken place, life have taken you on journeys and all, and then you find out you come back to reconnect with these people, and boy oh boy will they sharpen your countenance. He's an icon in that profession, I tell you. I remember we'd tell each other stories. Do you remember when we went to this studio, they showed us Pepe? We're just remembering those times, and I'm like, wow, over 30 years even. Yeah, over 30 years. I just pray he continues. Don't worry. I'm involved now by the grace of God. God is our strength. He can't afford to. Every time we finish it, I say, bro, stop thanking me. If I don't do this, who else would I do it for? I said, so remember, iron sharpened iron. It could be me that'll be needing that sharpening soon, and he'll be the one to sharpen me as well. So sometimes life gets in the way of our potentials. I tell you, many times I was disowned, Sister Emily. I was disowned by my father for doing media. He said, if they born you well, go and do that media. I will not send you to school. If you don't go and do medicine or go and do accountancy, forget school. And I thought this man was joking. Hey, he was not joking. I know. Story for another day. Let me not divert. So I'm just about rounding up. So Emily Decoration says, and those obstacles help us to sharpen our focus. I'm telling you, it did me a lot of good. It just helped build my resilience, my tenacity. I don't give up. I say for me to survive growing up there, by the grace of God, God sparing my life. No. I must fight through this life, It wasn't easy. I've shared here a few times. Growing up, life was tough. Somebody was saying that, I see your videos, your face looks like someone who has not gone through anything strenuous in life. I say, brosi, don't let me open the book of suffering and all. I say, look, this is Jesus you're seeing, because I know that my face does not tell my story at all. Trust me, at all. Likewise us. So imagine all the people I've met along the way. I remembered even when I became a Christian, it wasn't in a church. It was in Radio Lagos. For those in Nigeria who knows Radio Lagos, imagine giving my life in the premise of a radio station. So God has... Anyway, let me not divert too much. Let's finish our talk today. We'll talk some more. So I'll recap again. When done authentically, network becomes a source of strength, opportunity, and lifelong connection. I can see all this engagement. Thank you guys for engaging. Your next breakthrough might just be one conversation away. Your next breakthrough might just be one conversation away. Are you networking right? So today, like I said before, I always have one question. Today I have two questions for us that I want us to talk about. Have you ever formed a meaningful relationship through networking? What made it work? And then the second question is, what fears or hesitations do you have when it comes to networking? That was, I didn't want to give us everything so that we to rub minds together. What fears or hesitations do you have when it comes to networking? Then, have you ever formed a meaningful relationship through networking? What made it work? Guys, thank you so much for listening to my talk.
Oh, inside, bringing hope and make you feel alright.
Exactly, that's why we're here on Inside, to bring us hope, to make us feel all right. No matter what life is throwing at us, no matter who has rejected us, trust in God, believe in yourself, and God will surely come through for you. I'm a living testimony. When they say the Lord is good all the time, I say, you guys, you don't complete that saying. I said, the Lord is good all the time. I am a witness. I always add that anywhere I go. You find out that they've stopped talking, me, I'm still talking. I am a witness because I can tell you a few bits. The truth is we are all different. Yeah. And just like the rainbow, have you not seen the rainbow? You've seen the rainbow, maybe not recently. Rainbow is beautiful, different colors, different faces for us to beautify ourselves. This is God's intention. But you and I know that the devil has crept in somewhere, using one color to fight the other color, using one person to fight the other person, and all of that. But we need to be wiser. This is another year gradually coming, we're May, June. By June now, half of the year is gone. Sometimes we need to wake up our ideas. When you network, it's because they are portraying an image you like. Maybe image driven, something has to drive you to that person to want to network with them. It could be their values, it could be the works of their hand, it could be professional, it could be long lost family you're networking with. There's a whole lot of reasons. So guys, send me invite, please. I want us to start talking because you have two questions to tackle today. So then you get close and realize they want to change you. I know that happens as well. Send an invite. Let's talk some more about this. Thank you, Emily. Oh, 8:30 and I didn't see you.
Hi,
Oh,
good evening, everybody. Good evening, bro.
hello.
Leslie. Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
How are
So good to
you?
see you this evening again. I'm very fine, thank you. I'm very good. I'm
You're
very, very good.
welcome.
Now, you see, to me, networking is just like a friendship.
Okay.
Sometimes like you get in the supermarket. I remember I went to a supermarket. I went to Asda one day, and I met this lady. She was wearing Lacoste. When
Okay.
somebody wears Lacoste t-shirt, the handbag, the shoes, everything. And I was like,
Oh,
and I walked up to her, I said, Caesar, you're a very Lacoste person. And she laughed. From there, we started to talk. Women, we started talking.
yeah.
We now exchange numbers. And we now realize that our three last numbers are the same.
Oh,
The
wow.
three last digits of our numbers are the same. That meeting that day, right,
Yeah.
is still intact today.
Wow.
It's one person that I call when I need
How
to
long
make a
ago
phone
was
that
this, Emily?
6 years ago.
Wow.
Still my
Interesting.
friend, yeah. She's still my friend. She's still my friend. She's still my friend. She's still my friend so much that when I was going through, she opened up her garage and said, Emily, I had to, look for a place to keep my stuff. She just opened up her garage and said, put whatever you need to put in there, whatever fits in there to put. And
Wow.
this person is higher than me. When I mean higher, her status is higher than me. She works in a better place. She earns more, but she's my friend. And every time she would tell me that, Emily, you motivate me. Look,
Oh,
there are some things that you do that honestly I look at it and think I couldn't have done if I'd done this. So that means that as much as I think that she's higher than me, there are still some things in me that she admires too.
can you imagine? So
So
don't look
that's
down on
what has kept,
yourself.
yes, that's what has kept that friendship going. If I need to speak with her, there's something that I need, I'll just buzz her, babe, I need it. And she would always call me back.
Wow.
She would always call me back.
That's good. Good
Having said
networking.
that, Yes. Having said that, there's the same way I met a lady at a mechanic. Met
Okay.
her at the mechanic. Oh yes, I met her at the. It's just because I want to tell you the pros and cons, the good one and the
Oh, of
not so
course, we
good
like
one.
to
Yes,
balance things here. Yeah.
yes. I met her at the mechanic, and she had some. I had my engine just knocked. I was going to work one day on the M25, and my engine just packed up. So
Wow.
they told the yeah, the AA came, took the car to the mechanic, and she was there too. She had something was wrong with her car too. So I got there when the mechanic told me that I had to buy another one about 1,005. She just come and said, "Sis, don't worry, God is going to provide and all that." You see, at that instance, she became my friend. She became
Wow.
somebody that were like minded, and she lived where she was living, where she lived from the mechanic to about an hour drive.
Wow.
Whereas my house was just about maybe about 15 minutes from where the mechanic is. So we ended up in my house, served that tea, we started talking. She told me a whole lot about herself. And one thing she wanted to do that time was to she become a project manager.
Okay.
So she was reading for the cousin, and the exam was no, the interview was about the kind of the company that she applied to. They had to do two interviews,
Stages, yeah.
two
Of
stages,
interview.
rather. Thank you. So she did the first one, and she just called me up that afternoon and said she wanted to kill, that she feels as if she wanted to kill herself. She
Wow.
was in an abusive relationship, and that job was like a saving grace. When you need that job, just like she needed that job so that she'll be able to pay herself out of that. She should be able
Relation.
to pay her. So she called me and said she wanted. I said, "Are you all right?" I drove all the way to her house, picked her up from the house, brought her to my house, and fed her the word of God. That don't worry. And what happened was she did this interview, and as much as she has prepared, she has read everything. When it was time, when she was facing the panel of the panel that was doing the interview, she became tongue tied.
Wow.
She just became tongue tied. She didn't know what to say. She actually left them upstairs, came downstairs to come and drink water, expecting that by the time she returned back to the Zoom meeting, they will have left, and they were still there waiting for her. She now had to tell them that, oh look, I'm not in the best of my days today. They said fine, it's okay. You know how they were so understanding and all that. That interview ended. So in her mind, she thought that, look, that's it. They're never going to invite me back. I'm never going to make it. This is the end of my life. I can't do, because she had put all her hope on that on it.
On the
So
job.
when I now prayed with her, I said, don't worry, they're going to call you back. And they actually did call her back, which she was really surprised that she thought the first one she has blown it,
Messed
that they're
up.
never going to. So they called her back and they said, okay, that they're going to do another, like this one was on a Wednesday. They said they were going to do another one on Friday. So very early on Friday morning, I called her up, I prayed with her, I told her, don't worry, God is going to go ahead with you today. The angels, legions of angels are at attention, they're going to help you. And it really did happen. She got the job and she was simply elated, right?
Wow.
So
Thank God.
became good friends, we were talking and all that. But our opinion about marriage was different. I mean, she believed that, when you end up a relationship with a man, she believed that the children too must the children too must end the relationship with their father, which I did not believe in. But I say, like, look, this person is part of your life for forever.
However,
And
I
if you,
think
if
we're all
you, yeah, whether
together.
you like it or not, this person is part of your love for forever. So if for you to maintain to be in a good mental place, you don't have problem with your mental health. That just accept them for who they are.
Yeah.
When you go into a relationship, you paint people in the picture that they are not. So by the time you now get to know that, okay, this person is not the picture that I painted them, it hurts. I said, look, just come to terms that, look, this person is part of my life forever. So whether I like it or not, I have to be civil with them. So I was in good relationship with my ex-in-laws. My ex-sister-in-laws. They call me if they need anything. They come to my house, and she did not like it. So she was always complaining that, look, Emily, you're letting them use you. But I didn't see it like that. I see like, look, there's no big deal about this. And besides, this people are good to me too. If I need something, I need to buy something from Africa, they buy it for me and all that. She didn't like that. And honestly, that was what ended the relationship.
Oh.
As good as
Oh.
I thought we had something, honestly,
I
it's just
know.
because we didn't believe in that. We didn't believe. She believed that, look, this person is a demon. You have to treat them. You don't have to talk to them. You don't. I did not believe that. And honestly, every time I remember this, so it hurts because she was really a nice person. But I now realize this is who I am. I'm not going to change, you know. I'm not going to change, and I'm not going to change. I love my kids so much that I don't want to take the relationship with their dad away because I can. She didn't believe in that. So that's one of the pros and cons of this networking thing. You get to meet some people, they're good, you think they're good, and you meet them, and
Later in yeah.
yeah.
Okay, thank you, Emily. I love the fact that you knew when it was time to call it quits.
Oh yes,
So
yes,
when
yes.
you're networking, is sometimes it's for life, sometimes it's not. But
Yeah.
that's why I say shine your eyes, because
Yes.
otherwise you just find out that you're just fighting each other, fighting each other. Some networks are meant to be seasonal, but if you now take it longer than necessary, you will not like it anymore.
Oh
So
yes.
we need to be mindful. Thank you so much for sharing that view. The next person in my box is Leslie. Leslie, I want to hear you if you can talk now, or if you want me to move to the next person. Okay. Good evening.
Oh, good evening. Good evening. This one, I feel that Debbie have something to say, so I want to listen to Debbie today.
Oh,
So I'm going
please.
to take. I will come back on, bring me back on back because I
Okay.
don't say that Debbie get. She has some stories for this
We
one.
still
I
have a
just feel
long way to get
it.
to our box, but let's hear your views. Have you ever formed a
Okay.
meaningful relationship through networking? What made it work? And what are the fears and hesitations that you have when it comes to networking? So either one you can
Well,
start,
after listening to our wonderful sister Emily, I can say something. It's
please.
good to know when to leave a relationship, as good as it may be. It's good to know when, because sometimes it's not every relationship that we find or we
No, it's
network
okay. I still
is
have
going
one
to. They have a season. Some of them have a part and a time to play. There's a
more.
factor in it, and the purpose of it. Sometimes you will know, and sometimes you're not going to know. And I've come to learn that it's not every relationship that is going to be in the long haul, and that's good. That's okay. Um, I'm in the business world. I work in investment banking. There's some relationships that I thought were going to last, and they didn't. And there were some relationships that I'm shocked that they are still here today, and they have been very good. One of the relationships that when I first came to the UK, there was a particular brother we met, I think, in church. So this is probably going back 98, 99. No, what am I talking about? This is 97, 97. And we were very close with him. In fact, at one point, people started thinking that we were brothers. That's how close we were. We were so tight. And I only met him here. I met him here, and as you get closer to somebody, you start to hear things. Because it was myself, my younger brother, and him. You start to share a lot of things, and some deep things came out. Like we both had very negative experience of boarding school. So from his side, he had a really really horrible experience. I had a horrible experience that and we became kindred spirit. Now he was going through certain things, and we used to that those days we used to do a lot of night vigil. So those who know night vigil, we used to have a lot of night vigil, like in the 90s. So like I remember that I was part of like 3 prayer networks, and I think like at least in a month we do like 3 night vigils, and our church used to do one every month, and then we had like other ones we were part of. So and they used to have different things they used to do, so that was made it very engaging.
Yeah.
And then we had one in our hostel, and I remember there was one particular night. So this is going into 98. One of our friends came in. We were praying, and all of a sudden we just thought, and one of our friends just started prophesying on this guy that he was going to his IT career was going to take off. That time he had been struggling to get into IT, and a prophecy came out for the guy that he was going to do well, and that his career was going to take off. And when it takes off, it needs to have foundation. So at the time, I didn't know why the prophecy came out like that. And the guy who gave the prophecy he himself was like, he just that's what he felt he needed to say. Long story short, this guy passed an exam. I can't remember. It was a Windows NT thing. He got into IT, and his first job. So this is someone who was earning like maybe it was a Tesco assistant manager, earning 13K a year. His first job was 45,000 pounds.
Wow.
First gig straight off the bat. I mean, that prophecy was like, wow, we were like, we couldn't believe it. But you
Wow.
know, this guy changed. This dude changed.
Hey, new
Like
status,
he
new
he
networking,
changed.
set of friends.
He
Oh my.
look from
Okay, well, the
let me tell
change
you,
is good or bad now?
the change. Let me learn. Let me show you. This is how close we were. We would come and stay. He would be begging us to come and stay with him in his flat. Then his sister then was a trading lawyer. So she hadn't yet hit big then. She was on her way. So we knew she was gonna go on her way. So we would come and hang out with him. Even his sister was saying that, are you looking for brothers like this? So we would stay with him. As soon as this job came, first of all, he stopped seeing us. So we was like, one day, what's happening with this dude though? Why are we not hearing from him anymore? The
Work.
next thing, he bought a Lexus, he bought a Lexus car. It was maybe like 3, 4 years old car. So it was really nice. Hey. But then he wouldn't talk to us. So like 6 months later, but by that time I was also in uni. I was very busy myself. So I just thought maybe we're just growing apart, you
Busy.
know. But then one time I went to go and see him and he didn't open his door. And I'm like, this is strange. Like he did not open his door. And I called him like, I'm outside. I can't see you. I'm very busy right now. I'm like, really? So I just left it for that. Do you know that it was a year later? It wasn't even him. It was a friend of ours that told him that this guy, you don't bother, is no longer the same person.
Wow.
He has just changed, and whatever it is, don't be upset. It's just, and that was that was a hard lesson. Like, wow, this dude his life changed, and all of a sudden, we were not good enough for him. We just were not good enough for him anymore. You know, the funny thing is that years later, so now 2007, this is like almost a decade after all this thing happened. I'm about to get married, and somehow my fiance then, who is now my wife, was like, "Oh, I see this kind of pictures," and I said, "I don't want to see." She said, I want him to come to to our wedding and everything, because I think she kind of knew about him from other people. I said, "No, I don't want him to come. I don't need him." She said, "No, just invite him. It'd be a good way to end everything." I said, "I don't want this dude to come." Anyway, she insisted. Long story short, this guy came home.
Really?
Start for me, and the way he behaved is almost like he wanted me to worship him. I actually told him of that. This was a day today when I told him, bro, I don't know what's going on, no, but if something changed in your brain, I need to remind you that you are not always this way. I had to tell him. I had to call him out. Do you know, the day of our wedding, he now said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't really mean it like that." I said, "No, you meant it. You meant it, and this is your behavior." And I said, "After this wedding, I never want to see you again. I don't need you. I don't want your money. I don't want anything from you."
Leslie,
And yeah, I had to tell him that.
down.
I had to tell him that. I said, "Look, that is, we were friends, and it was never about money. But somehow you made it about money." I said, all the people that knew us knew that our friendship had nothing to do with all those things. But somehow you made it about those things. And I said, let me tell you something. That even this point I'm talking about, it's a change in my eyes. But if this is how you treat people because now you got money, I said, no wonder things worked out the way they did for you for a while. And maybe God, for a reason, held things down just to give you time to know
Hold
who you
down.
really are. But now, so after that day, on our wedding day, he did everything, and then he now said, "I'm really sorry for how things have been, but I think it's good that you and I part our way. I don't think you belong to my circle." And I said, and I told him likewise. And that's how we ended the relationship.
Wow.
That was how we ended that relationship. That was how I've gone on to have very good friends, but after that experience, I just learned, don't get so attached to the point where, oh, this person is. I said, I give them that time, I give them that distance. It was a life lesson, and it's helped me manage my relationship since then. I've thank God I have very good friends. My wife is like, wow, you have some very good friends, but I've learned to appreciate them for what it is, and I've learned that they're human. They can get it wrong sometimes, and I'm okay with that. I just want to drop that there. So that's my thing on networking. I've had many opportunities to network with people across social media and everything, and some have been very good, and some they set their time, they set their purpose, they did what they needed to do at the time, and vice versa as well. You know, I see that I've also done certain things like that, and certain people where I served a point in their life, and it's all good. You know, when there was no hard feelings after that. So that's my story. Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, that was brutal. Like saying it. It is well. So you see, we have to be mindful and be careful. Some networking is seasonal. If you cannot identify which one is seasonal, which one is lifelong, it's up to you. You might get in trouble. Thank you for sharing that, Leslie. Really appreciate that. Shine, can you speak now, or do you want me to come back to you? Because I saw what you wrote there. Shine, if you can, please. We've been shining our ears, so let's shine with shine. You can write. Can you speak? If not, not yet. Okay, all right. Thank you. We'll come back to you later. Elder Adegbenga, we're entering deeper. I believe so. Elder Adegbenga, good evening. How are you? I hope you're good. Thank you for joining us today again, helping to build this community.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Mhm.
Thank you for having me tonight. So sorry I've been
No, it's fine.
unavoidably away,
We understand. Thank you so
you
much for
know.
reaching
And
out.
thank you for reaching out, Mama.
Yay.
Really,
Yay.
really appreciate that,
Thank you. Thank you.
as it means a lot, you know. It shows a solid networking. You know, it's part of networking actually to reach out to people
Yeah.
when you do not see them, you know. It's a duty of care, which I appreciate and I do not take for granted.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma. So regarding networking, wow, I would share a recent experience of mine at work.
Okay.
You know, we Nigerians, well, people are always of the opinion that Nigerians are wicked. Anywhere they are, they don't have good attitude or character, this and that. People are always very skeptical dealing with Nigerians. You know, my colleague recently joined us January this year.
Okay.
You know, and this is somebody I openly welcomed to the organization. I did his induction, and he's been working with me since then.
Go ahead.
You know, immediately he came in. He was teaching at a school, and immediately he came in. His shift pattern on the rota does not permit him because to have that duration he needed. So he was asking to swap shifts with me. And I was like, really? We all program ourselves for this shift.
Yeah.
This is how this thing works, but be patient. When it's time, we can do it. And he kept quiet. And this is somebody we've been doing a lot of things together. I have been so open to. You know, last week was his convocation.
Okay.
He even still pleaded with me to cover him for his convocation. And I was like, okay, let us plan our swapping so that you don't need to repay a cover back for me for the convocation. And he said, okay, everything was fine. You know, I was to be working today. So there was a opening somewhere. I was part of the platform and it was showing interest, which contradicts what we had in agreement. I now reached out to him that, have you forgotten this? Maybe it skipped his mind. Have you forgotten the agreement we had last week about the shift changing, this and that. Without any hesitation, he said, "Did I forget when he came to me in January?" That was the first thing that came out of his mouth. Now, did I forget when he came to me in January that he wanted us to swap? And I was like, my question, how does he relate to January? You know, then he came out in full flare. And I said, it's okay, don't worry. And I kept smooth. He said until after 6 months, which I know that, okay, the initial arrangement was to be done between us and we take it to the head office. Don't worry. The head office, the routine originally is nobody stays, we should be swapping within 2 months.
Wow.
So now, now you are coming to me that 6 months. Okay, don't worry. I will write the head office that the both of us cannot come to a compromise. That the decision that needs to be done, which I know where it will lead to, they should help us mediate on it and send us the outcome.
Wow.
So whatever that decision now is, it will be from a mind that is not biased. Because if I should try to still do anything, he might be looking at the fact that I am trying to eat back at him, and I might still be looking at the fact that,
Yep.
we need to, in networking, we need to respect each other's boundary.
Very
And
important.
the very statement I said to him was, you never raise an issue when we discuss this. If you have raised an issue, or if you have come back to me that this thing is imminent to you, you don't conclude on the first attempt. When you were still under induction, when you were seeking change of shift, that it doesn't, in an organization, you are not fully a staff. And likewise, it goes into many friend relationships. There are many people you will go out of your way for genuinely,
Oh yeah.
and they will take it for granted. Or they would even play on your intelligence with it.
Yep.
It goes a long way. Humans would always be humans.
Indeed.
And many people, I thank God for your life, Sister Funmi.
Thank God.
The decision you made in a radio station, that was where destiny met fate.
Amen. I believe so.
Such decision, many are taking it for granted. You see, this life, you don't know what is underneath the skin. So many people with different vibes.
Yeah.
And you come across different kind of vibes every day.
Yeah.
As we grow older, we tend to understand the priorities of life. We set boundaries. I have a friend whom I was still bonding with my other colleague. The moment I told him, he was like, since January, definitely he knew what he was doing.
Can you imagine?
That one needs to be extremely careful with such person.
They're networking with you because of what they want to get. They're not ready to give as such.
Exactly. So, well,
thank you.
I pray we find like-minded people.
Amen. Truly.
People who will serve, we both would serve purpose together.
Amen.
As much as we need people, they also need us. And we need to always understand the purpose of networking
Oh, yes. And not
and
abuse
the
it
purpose
as
of
well.
togetherness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
please permit me to stop at that junction.
Okay. Thank you. Wow, I love it when we make it real, when we share these life experiences, so that people will not think we're just reading from a textbook and talking. Because these things has made people, networking has marred people. So let's talk about it so we have a balanced talk. And I love all the experiences coming in that people are sharing. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Elda Adegbenga, for sharing. A13, gracias. Thank you for tapping. I appreciate you. See, this brother, he's Spanish, Espanol. You guys know, the day I didn't see him, I said, what is happening? A13, maybe he will get a translator. And I was a bit concerned. So after the live, he was the first person I went to, like, I had to look for the translation, I think, or I tap in English. So I think there's a way he translates to his language so that he can understand what I'm saying. I said, I didn't see you. I hope you're good. And guess what? He responded. He said, guess what? In my city, there was complete blackout and he wasn't able to log on any social media, anything for that day. And I'm like, oh, thank God, at least it's okay. So I said, oh, I do understand these things happen. Have a lovely night and all of that. I bet he too was surprised. If only he could speak now. Honestly, I want to hear from him, but I know he's always here every Monday, every Thursday, every Monday. And can you imagine, even though there is communication barrier as such, the network, honestly, in fact, I think I've adopted him as my brother. I don't know whether he's older or younger now. If I don't see him, I go look for him. And this is part of the networking. I met him here once I was in my life. He came in and he's been coming ever since. So these are part of, and this has been over a year now. And he's here. He's still here. He can't contribute, but he will always come into the box, or maybe you type his gracias when we're leaving and stuff. So thank you, gracias A13. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your being part of this community. So even sometimes language is not a barrier as long as we're genuine and intentional. You see, we have a long-lasting relationship with whoever. So I'm going to come to Elder Debbie Gazin Gaga, our Lady Gaga. Elder Debbie, this is Monday. We're talking about individuals, so you can't tell me, this one is not marriage talk today. So, Elder Debbie,
Where are you?
let's hear from you today. I know she's always on fire. And please, if Adasa is close by, please tell her I need you to drag her close by. So, Elder Debbie, I hope you can speak. Oh, don't tell me you're still at work. Oh, let's hear from you. Debbie, can you speak right now, or do you want me to come back? Okay. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Welcome. I hope your day has been good.
The day went as it's supposed to went.
Thank God. We thank God.
Oh yeah. Okay. I actually came in when you finished your talk, so I only saw. Good evening, Lady Emily.
I know it was fire on Saturday on Voices Everywhere. I remember. I'm still recovering from that. So Elder Debbie, I don't know if I can ask you the question so you can pick anyone. Today I have 2 questions. Have you ever formed a meaningful relationship through networking, and what made it work? And then the second question is, what fears or hesitations do you have when it comes to networking? So pick anyone. Choose your choice.
Badang, badang. Hey, good evening, Mr. Shine.
Hey.
Actually, when it comes to networking, it's a beautiful thing. Let me start from that.
Supposed to be, but
No, networking is a beautiful thing.
okay.
Because, what is it called?
Move closer to the mic, please, Debbie.
Okay.
Okay, better.
Is it better?
Yes.
Okay. Networking is a beautiful thing. Why did I say that? In life, the Bible said, the heaven of heaven belongs to God, and the earth he has given to the children of men, which means God has given men as human this earth. We have each other.
Amen.
We have each other. Either you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, you are Africa, you are whatever you are, we have each other. You can't deal in a day without human.
Somebody. Yeah.
No matter either you know them or not, you can't go through your whole 24 hours without dealing with one human at least. Even God to be able to finish his work of salvation, he still need men.
Yeah.
He can't do it by himself. Even in his almightiness, he still need men to be able to do it. Now, even the devil in his craftiness and everything, he still needs men to be able to carry out his mission.
Yeah.
So we need each other. You can't do without human. So you need networking. Now the question is, how do you network? That is now the conscious thing that is your responsibility as human being to
Wow.
do. Help comes from God to men through men.
Yeah.
God will not come down to help you. But are you strategic enough? Are you discerning enough? Are you disciplined enough to meet these people, to understand them, and to keep them? You see, in most cases, when people want to say, "Oh, people, this one offend me, this one offend me, this one offend me," if you notice, most times when we talk, especially when we talk about marriage, I don't point fingers to who offends you. I point finger to you that they offend. How did you manage that they do that to you? So you are responsible for your safety, for your mind, for to guide yourself. You are responsible for that. There's nothing wrong with you networking. There's nothing wrong in meeting people. It's how do you meet them? Do you go? There is a saying we say in business: don't go to the table hungry.
Okay.
Don't go. Never ever meet anybody. Either the person is a billionaire that you want to meet, you want to meet for maybe a business. If you don't go there with value, nothing will keep you there. So we need men. And in as much as we need them in different aspects. There are destiny helpers, there are men of influences that you need, there are men that will speak about you to people. So you still need men in anything you want to do.
True.
The question is, what are you as a person bringing to the table? It's not only see, for a billionaire now, you need them to be able to speak about you to somebody, to link you up for a business. They don't need your money in most cases. But what are you bringing to them? Are you bringing value? Are you bringing, if you don't bring money, you bring value. If you don't bring value, you bring gratitude. Which one are you bringing? Some of us, we are just takers. So when it comes to networking, we should look at it on both sides. As much as it can be good, it can lead to the opposite side of it too, as well. We can you when Okay, let me break it down. As a community, as normal living, life living, you need men. We all go to church. The reason we go to church is because of networking. That's why we go to church.
That's part
The
of
reason
it.
we go to, ma, I can pray in my house, you can pray in your house. In fact, sometimes when I pray in my bedroom and I speak in tongues, the Holy Spirit come down and minister to me more.
Yeah.
So the reason we go there is because you need that community. You can't. That's why the Bible says we should not neglect the coming together of the brethren. So we all need it. The reason we go to school is so that from there, some people, that's where they met people that link them to where they are today in life. And some people, that's when they meet the one that lead them to their destruction. So network can either lead you to the upper ladder or lead you to the down ladder. Now, for that to happen, it depends on you. That's why I'm coming back to you. Are you discerning enough? Are you disciplined enough to look away when everything looks that is good, but there is danger? When you see that there is death in the pot, are you disciplined enough to pull out? A lot of people that got cheated on, a lot of people that got betrayed, is their indiscipline that led them to being to being betrayed. It's not because they don't see it. A lot of people that now, when people talk now that, oh, church did this to me, church did this to me, I always ask them, when they start doing that to you, is
Yes.
that the only church?
Oh, Leslie, yeah.
When they complain that church did this to me, why, how did you manage to put yourself in that situation where they are able to treat you that way? Did you go there did you go there bending to everybody like you are their slave because you want them to accept you? Is how you when it comes to the only person you go in to in humility and in brokenness is God. When it comes to human being, you go with your shoulder meeting each other. That way, when they want to treat you, they treat you right. But if you go like as Lazarus, begging for crumbs that fall from their tables, even in death, they will still send you message. Because regardless of everything, when the rich man died, even in his hellfire, he was still sending him message. So the question is, how are you by yourself? Are you discerning enough? Are you
See,
are you
Emily said, sis, but sometimes you are vulnerable.
Ma, you see, when it comes to that vulnerability, I have been there. See, I'm not saying it because I'm saying it out of experience. When it comes to this, okay, let me use myself as an example. I am really naturally not people person. It takes me before I can open up to you. It will take a while. You can be coming around me. See, okay, let me use me and Adasa as an example. Before we realize that we are cousin, she was the one that came to me first. You know a situation where a guy is chasing a girl. That's our situation. She saw me and she was like asking, "What are you doing here?" Blah 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 blah. And then we spoke, and that was it. I went my way, and then and that's because I was very careful because I have been in friendship where I was really open. When I'm your friend, I'm your friend. When I'm with you, I'm with you. I always, before I tell you any secrets, I would have thought about it. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is you will spread it. Is it something I want every other person to know? It doesn't matter. Everybody have their issue. But I have been in a situation where friends have betrayed me so much out of my vulnerability. And the reason I say I take responsibility for that, coming back to the DMD, the reason I take responsibility for that is because even in my vulnerability, God still gives me will to either stay or leave. I chose to stay with that friendship. So it's possible that we are vulnerable. It's possible that things are going on and you need somebody to talk to, you need somebody to lean on, and that person showed you that, oh, they are what is it called? They
Friendly.
are okay. Their shoulder is enough to carry you. Meanwhile, they are just clothed in gold, but they are rubbish inside. I understand that, but I think even in that journey, there will still be a glimpse of something that will tell you something is not. That's why I said, are you discerning enough? That's why we need you see the spirit of discernment. When the Bible said, "Be ye of unequally yoke," it's not just as a religion, no.
Yeah.
It means in every area, mindset, behavior, thinking. We need community, we need networking, but at the same time, choosing the right people, linking with the right people. Now, when it comes to business, networking is good. As much as good as networking is, it can as well bring that business down. The same people that link you up to clients and everything, they can be the one. You just need to you just dear me, leave me alone. That's why you have to be discerning. You have that when the Bible say find out everything and hold on to the truth. That's why you have to do your findings.
Yeah.
You will be shocked in business that the same customers that want to link you up will be the one. You just need to offend that one person, and all the 99 will leave you. All the 99 will leave you. See, I was saying I'm not naturally. I don't. But once I meet a person and I feel like okay, we have okay, we can. This person is okay. We can work together. I Not on a good day. I don't go on. Have you seen me on TikTok? I don't go on TikTok pages. Why I'm here, I don't know. Why I'm here, I
Because
don't know.
God commanded you to be here for FunmiRoyal.
To be honest, apart and this is part of what is it called? This is part of networking too, because at the same we don't know where we will meet. It might not be you that will meet. It might be your son that I will meet. It might do you understand? It might be maybe somebody related to that. And they will realize that we know each other. Human being can be evil, Lady Emily. True, human being can be evil. It's just that that's why I say guard your heart. That's what the Bible says. Guard your heart. Guard your heart. Even the Bible, even God that is using human being for his own work, he knows that we are not responsible. God
Why would he
knows.
say guard your heart when he knows the people he has,
God knows. God
Interesting.
knows. So that's why, as human, as yourself, okay. What's it called? Adasa is on another life with fashion designer. They are talking about similar to networking. They are talking about how people deal with customers, and then how they link up with customer, and in comment section where a lot of them will be begging for the customers you are begging for. They will be the one to maltreat you. That's not networking.
No.
Don't my pastor will say when you want to go to a billionaire to help you,
Let's
you
keep
don't
talking, please.
you don't go there showing that you want to come and use them. They know already that you want to come and use them. But a lot of people, yes, a lot of people, when you meet them, when they meet you, is that thing they want to take from you. That's what their focus is. They won't bring anything. Even gratitude is not in their how do you keep okay, your second question was how do you keep the networking going? Gratitude, value. Some people you can buy for them, they have everything.
Yeah.
They don't need your money. There is not maybe little things that they can't buy on the road by themselves. Maybe. But bring gratitude to the table. Bring value to the table. Sometimes all you need to do is just check on them. Sometimes maybe it's just a message. Sometimes you don't need to do much. So it depends on you, the kind of networking you want to do, the kind of value you place on your life. I used to have a group of friends that at the same as I'm growing in my life, I realized that they are not growing. We are not on the same mindset. I see, once I tell you, oh, don't do this thing, don't do this thing, you try to do it. This one, in fact, I don't know why I'm talking. I don't talk like this before. I don't know. This is new
God is
me.
doing
This is
something.
the new me. To be honest,
Thank
but
God you're
once
sharing
I
this new
advise
you on
you and
inside.
See everything turning around. We are
you
turning
see that no.
around.
Once I advise you and you decide to go, Once I advise you and you decide to go your own way, I let it be. I keep growing
I
on my
think I
way.
want to sing
And I
that song
realize
now.
that as
About that
I'm
turnaround
growing,
song we're
the
gonna sing.
Okay, oh, maybe we'll sing it later after the
why
submissions.
are you why are you supporting him? Why are you supporting him? Why are you supporting him?
Emily, why are you supporting
I
Adegbenga?
thought you are my person.
Sis, you know I be your person now.
I thought she's my person.
You know anytime I've got your
But
back. But if you always agree, you know Yoruba people say when people enter a room and they have a conversation and they laugh out, both of them laugh when they're coming out,
They
they're
have
laughing.
not
Somebody
told
is
each
not
other
telling
the
the truth.
truth.
You know?
Okay.
I
Hey, yeah,
respect what
true.
you said.
see,
I honestly I take
see.
what you're saying.
To be honest, let's be real with ourselves. Nobody will
Yeah.
treat you lesser than you treat yourself. Nobody will treat you lesser. Say, okay, my church where I go, you know what's funny? They used to be 10 minutes away from me. Then for some reason we moved to 20 minutes away. Now they have moved to 1 hour away from me. Ask me why I'm still going. I'm still
Why?
going because the oldest person in that church is 96. The
Wow.
oldest person in that church is 96. And before COVID, if anything happened and I didn't go to church on Sunday, they will find me. They won't call me. They would come to my shop to come and look for me. The oldest person. And then the shop where we're working, then the stairs is very steep. That man will come down and they live
Wow.
outside London. They
Wow.
will come and look for me. We are not related. In fact, we are not from the same country. He's from Ghana and from Nigeria. He doesn't have son that I can marry. He would wish I would say maybe it's because he wants me to marry any of us. Do you understand? It's not because there's something to gain from for them. And that's why I'm still
Wow.
going there. That's why I'm still going there today. Have I really outgrown them in my journey? In a way, I have. But I'm still serving, I still choose to serve them. I still choose to share part of my growth with them. I still choose to. Do you understand? So networking can benefit you at the same time. It can be something else. It depends on you.
I
Are
guess
you
so. Yeah.
discerning enough to know when to move up? See, the question is when they start treating you like I mistakenly on the street of TikTok mistakenly stopped by on a live where somebody was saying, oh, when she was going to church, they did this to her, they did this to her. And I said, I understand they did that to you, I'm sorry. But when they start treating you that way, why didn't you speak out? What's come to us? Why didn't you step out? The Bible said
Many
when
people,
you get
sorry to
to
cut
a
you.
city,
Go
Many
on.
people,
huh?
many people you hear saying that church did this to them and that. They don't understand the purpose and the reason for the church. They have other.
Emily, I'll come back to you. Yes,
Well,
thank you.
sure. You see, if you expect the church to be perfect, that means you don't understand the Bible. So those people should check themselves.
Thank you for liking the lifestyle.
You understand? Sister Debbie, that's
Yeah,
it.
I get you, sir. But at the same time, sometimes don't forget we are dealing with human being. Let me go back.
Yes,
Even
of
God
course
in
I
his
know.
The
almightiness,
church, the
even
church is
in his
like a
almightiness,
hospital.
I know.
Everybody.
he
That's what
said
I'm saying.
he said he got sad because he created us. Because our behavior is jangbajantis.
Okay.
Human being, see, human being, you can only speak for yourself, sir. Because a lot of people they go to church because they believe church should be church like is like an hospital. They believe that once they have any burden in their heart, once they get there, it should be eased. And when you see that it's not serving you,
Debbie
Sis,
is challenging
can I share an
everybody here
experience with you
tonight.
that will
So
shock you?
please.
Let me share an experience with you that will shock you. I'll quickly say
Mr.
it so that
Smith,
all
I'm
of
gonna
you
come
Mr.
to
Leslie,
Kenneth
you
and
stop
learn.
quoting
AJ
you.
shortly, please.
See,
Go on, please. Yeah, 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 yeah. Elder.
sis, can I speak now? Can I? Okay. I need you all to be. I need you all to really listen. I'll reduce my fan. I had a church. Me, like I said, I'm an intentional person. See, before I go to church, I decide what I want to go and do in church, and that is to worship God. So when I go to church, I'm not looking to the side nor the red. I'm like, if I'm wearing silk from head to toe, I'm lying on the floor when I get to that place of worship because I don't have anything apart from God. So I was in a church. My immigration history in this country is very colorful, very colorful. I went through hell and back. But you know what? God told me when He was going to start and when He was going to finish. He told me as well. But you see that Alpha and Omega is the Alpha and Omega in between. Any jagbajantis can happen. But it's still God. Now, I'll cut it. I'm not going to tell you the knitting, if I start that, we will not finish here. The responsibility. I started my business in church, which is what I tell people. When you have a child, teach them. If you're a Muslim, teach them the authentic Muslim. If you're a babalawo, if you're a ritualist, or no, I don't want to say a ritual. If you're the babalawo, a native doctor, teach them the original one. Because when issues of life arise, that is where they will turn to. My mother was my first prophetess. My mother gave me God. I've seen things that have, happen, and people will tell my mommy, don't worry, do it. Nope, if not, God is not going to do it. Let it stay, and God will show up. So that made me believe in God. Until I die, I will never do any other thing apart from God. So I joined this church. Came into the country. I loved my church because I didn't have anybody. Now I have a family. I've got my kids. I didn't have anybody in the country. Nobody. No auntie, no uncle, nobody. So the church to me was like a family, aunties, uncles. So I was very active. I would paint. When it's time for the anniversary, I'll paint the female church. And I'm a multitask. My DIY skill is perfect. This is my flat, my 3-bedroom. I painted it myself. Right? God has blessed me. God made me. Somebody called me an alpha female yesterday. There is nothing I cannot do, honestly, unless I don't want to do it. Right? So I joined this church. It says. So the responsibility I was first, because I didn't have a job and I was in the hospitality department. They will call you when ministers say, oh, are you available? I'm always available. Because I made up my situation was so messy that I needed God. So I told God that I'm going to serve you to an extent that people will start asking you, Baba, why are you not helping this girl now? I will jump on the scaffolder, sis. I will decorate. I'll start my decoration from the ceiling. Jump on the scaffolder, jump down. It was that good. So much that I got an award. So the responsibility to decorate the church was on my shoulders. And I was doing it without being paid for. Some they will give me money, some they won't, because, some little. I became a decorator. God dropped it in my lap because He knew I was going to need it. So when I couldn't walk, that was what I was feeding myself with. Okay? That was what I was feeding myself with. So I now went into detention center. Detention center went 6 times. This is social media. So what I'm putting out there is somebody that 10 years down, my child become a prime minister of this country. Somebody digs up this story. I have evidence to back it up. Detention center went 6 times. The last time that I went, I came out and the church got me a lawyer. They got me the lawyer, and when I came out, the lawyer now told me that you have to run. And I told the lawyer, nope, I'm not going anywhere. If God is not going to do it for me, let it be. Because if I run away, the people that are standing gap for me are deacons in the church and deaconess in the church. That if I run away, the home office is going to start harassing them. So it means that if they see me in church, they will not be happy. So I told the lawyer I'm not going to run away. He looked at me and smiled and said, what's wrong with this one that doesn't know, doesn't know what's happening? So immediately I called the pastor and I told the pastor, this and this and this is what the lawyer told me and I'm not going to do it. And he looked at me and said, sis, this is your fate to tight. Because some people will have gone without even telling. I said, nope, I'm not going to run away. So the next time that I went to go and sign on, they detained me. And of course, the lawyer said, well, I told you, there's nothing that I could do. The onions now rest with the church to help me, because then it's all a little business I was doing. Come and decorate this, come and decorate. And I was so good at it. If you see me decorate the conference room for guest ministers, you think that the king is coming there. Not knowing that God was setting me up for something bigger. Then when I come, they will tell me, but this is too much now. We just want to, with my money, I would decorate the whole place as if the king is coming there. With passion for what I have, because I was doing it unto God and not unto man. So they locked me up, and they were going back and forth. The lawyer said it was going to take 5,000. I called the lawyer. I said, listen, if you say you're going to take 5,000, and the church said they only have one, that I'll be here for its eternity. Whatever they have, you take. When I come out, I'll gather the rest. I'll give it to you. He said, okay. They said they were going to have 1K. So I wish I was speaking this in Yoruba, but I'll say it because this is the story of my life. So I was there. The deaconess I was in, because in church, when something happens, they will assign somebody, minister to you, that will be liaising between yourself and the church. So they called, the man kept calling me, what's up? As the pastor called, I said, the pastor hasn't called. Has he called? I said, he hasn't called. So one day, the pastor's wife called on Saturday morning, and she said, sis, the Lord told me to tell you to return home. And I said, return home? How? I said, yes, as a Christian, when you're a Christian, you're going through some issues, and you get to you get to crossroad, you have to return back to the drawing board, and that God is saying you should go home. I said, okay, no problem. But if I have to go home, what will happen to my clothes? I have clothes. I'm not going to go home empty-handed. If I'm going to go home, somebody has to go to the place where I was cutting with my friend and bring the clothes and package. I think that's why it now became difficult, that they will have to do something. And then he said, oh, give me a second. Let me go and speak to the husband. Now, this husband is somebody that I loved. I saw him as a father figure, So I would never have thought that this husband would accept that whatever the wife was coming to say. As much as they are, you have a relation. Sometimes you have a good relation with the pastor. You don't have it with the wife and all that. Yeah. And I was a babe. Before I lost my job, I had 2 church checkbooks, 1 checkbook seats from nationwide. I only cut it. I only use that checkbook in the church. Because when they're talking 500 pounds, my dear, I don't write the checkbook give. I had, you come to the country, you're doing a good job, even though you are not doing it the right way. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's a story for another day. Mm-hmm. So and she came back and told me, I said, look, you have 2 options. It's either we'll give you the 1K, you return home, or we'll give it to you, give it to the lawyer. There was something the lawyer wanted to do that would help me, that would allow me get released from the detention. He said, if you give it to the lawyer and the lawyer release you, the church does not want to have anything to do with you anymore.
Wow.
Okay? Now, when they told me that, my spirit dropped to my foot. And I said, okay. I said, he said she's giving me time to go and think about it. And I said, fine. And at that instant, I made up my mind that I wasn't going to tell anybody that matter. Because the position that I was in church, that people see me. If I tell them that this is what the pastor had told to me, it will destroy the church. Do you understand? A lot of people will lose interest with them. And I knew that God was with them. I knew God was in that church since. Because even though he wasn't answering the immigration issue that was something that he needed to do, he was answering some other, thing. So I made up my mind I wasn't going to tell anybody. But unfortunately, when the deacon that was assigned to me called me in advance, I said, well, what happened? I said, okay, the pastor's wife called me and said, what did she say? I told her, I said, are you sure that's what she said? I said, Abba. It wasn't a reported speech. It was something that she told me. She now told me something that I always remember. I said, sis, I know you yourself, you're a prayerful person. Remember that it is not the prayer of Elisha that helped Hezekiah. That Hezekiah turned his face to the wall and sought God by himself. That as we speak, your drapes, your flowers, your hard work that you did in front of the altar is still there. So call on to them right now. Let them start speaking for mercy. And Sister Debbie, Sister Funmi, my brother Leslie, and Shine, and every other person. God brought me out in a way that it was beyond my understanding. I was hitting myself. When I came out, when you're hitting myself, am I outside? And the word of God that God gave me at that point, so he said, upon this rock would I build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail. It means that this is what I've decided to do, and nobody. And I returned back to that church. I returned back there because I wanted to go and ask him, so you guys don't know the power of the God that will preach, or you don't know how powerful your God is. but they did not give me an audience. They didn't give me an audience. So I left. Now, where I am today, I will not be where I am today if I did not leave that church. Right? Now, the first job that I was going to do after that incident was a job from same church. Somebody was getting married and it was a massive hall. It was 500 guests.
Sammy, the topic is on the screen, networking.
So it was 500. The job that I did was 500 guests. I had 15 staff to work with, and the pastor came to that event. When he came to the event, he was shocked. Because of him, the table where he was sitting, because I went to go and meet the caterer, I told my staff, I said, see that table there? I am serving them by myself. They are not standing up to come to the buffet table. The caterer was like, why are you so? Because I wanted to show them that your God is small, but my God is big.
I know, sorry, Emily, to cut you because of time. I want to allow others. I mean, everybody can pick different things from what you have shared. And I really thank you so much.
I just want to say that sometimes, like one of my brothers said, oh, you should have seen it. You don't see it coming, Mama dear. You don't.
Things happen. But sometimes in our vulnerability, certain things happen that we don't check on time. I think that's where Debbie is coming from. And we allow that vulnerability to keep pushing us down. Because we're vulnerable, people might take advantage of that situation we're in. But I think what she's trying to say is that we should know to say, I'm vulnerable. It's like from fry pan to fire kind of a thing. You should know when to stop it before it goes too much. Because, I mean, the strongest of all of us, even me, I had my moments, or I've had moments where I'll be like, even my husband, I'll say, you're not even speaking the right thing. I just need somebody. And it's a stranger from nowhere, be a text or whatever. So sometimes we need to know. Somebody start beating you. Say, okay, it was by mistake they hit you. Okay? And then the next time again, this one, they tell it to your face, I will slap you. And they did. And you're still saying, maybe you're allowing yourself more. The moment you take this, take that, they will add more. They will add more until you put a stop to it. And this is one thing I love God for, the freedom of choice.
Yep.
And you talked about discernment. Even though we're networking, remember one of the key things I said is sometimes it's seasonal. And if you don't recognize that this networking with this person or church or group is seasonal, and you're still forcing that relationship, you're looking for trouble. All the Jagbajantis Debbie mentioned, you just face it. But thank you so much, Emily, for sharing that. Honestly,
that's why I said I don't want to come today. Why are you quoting me?
But thank you. Even
that's why I don't want to come today. Why are you quoting me now?
Thank you for sharing. Shine, I don't know if you're ready to speak or I go to Kenneth. Shine, if you're there, please let me know if you're ready to speak.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Good to see you. I hope the babies are asleep now, yeah?
Yes, they are asleep now.
Well done, father duty.
Thank you. Thank you. So, I mean, I'm just here learning, taking notes, literally taking notes and, feeding from the wealth of experiences that are here. But, in all of this, I just feel that, in networking, which is quite critical. And like Elder Debbie said, I'm going to quote you. There's nothing you can do. You can't even off my mind.
Lady Fumi, you need to make me a moderator.
Not yet.
You need to make me a moderator now because
not yet. We'll vote it. We'll vote whether you should be one or not.
We always vote here. Majority will carry the vote.
We can't do without.
Okay.
We can't do without networking. We can't do without networking, right? We live with people. And the truth is that even though you say you have your assignment from heaven, you live for people, right? You live for people. And so networking cannot be taken out. But the part I would just want to highlight is understanding what a network, is meant for. right? It involves building connections, actually. It involves building relationships. It could be professional, like you said, at the intro. It could be, and you mentioned the Yalajes, somewhere in the markets in Lagos, Yaloja, somewhere in Lagos, Nigeria. And I would like to take my inference from that. From such a gathering or from such an association, you can actually have people that you bond with and you take it to another level, which is friendship. But I think we should also understand that every network is not meant for friendship, right? And we should learn to draw the lines. Some are for information sharing, some are for contact sharing, some are for professional purposes, some are for idea sharing. So when you take that, like I think it was Madam Emily that spoke about, the two sides of a coin. One that she met 6 years ago, and they bonded and they are becoming better by the day. And the other that she met later, at some point, and then they thought they were bonding, but they discovered that they were two different things. And I think Lady Debbie, shed light on that. But the fact that the scripture said, "Don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers," is not saying those who are not of your faith, but some people who are within your sphere, but they don't share the same belief, structure with you. They don't share the same value with you. And Romans chapter 12 and 2 would always come to play here, which says, "Don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind." But I love another translation called, I think is a Message translation, that say, "Don't be so easily adjusted to the culture around you." And my emphasis is on the culture around you, that you fit into it without even thinking. It says it drags you to its level of immaturity, meaning that when you quickly adjust to such kind of network, it drags you to its level of immaturity. It drags you to certain arguments, conversations, discussions that you don't want to be involved with. And that is just drag. I mean, the clearest example that I would always give is you dressing up very early in the morning, Monday morning, which is usually the busiest or the most, in quotes, for some people, most important work days, because you are resuming a new week. And then you are well dressed up. Say you are going for an interview, and then you have stepped out of your house, and the next thing is that you are going to the beggar at the corner of your street to go and ask the beggar for transport fare. I mean, what do you expect? Or you get to the bus stop, you don't have your right fare, or you didn't pay, for your ticket, and then you are hoping that when you get to the entrance of the bus, you're probably going to buy your ticket there. It means you're not prepared, right? You have dragged yourself to a level of immaturity. Basically, you're not ready, you're not prepared enough for that level of responsibility. Now, I've said all of that to say that it is understanding what the network is for that sometimes could save us. I'm not saying will save us, it could save us, because I think sometimes we have taken information that we're meant to share with those who we should build an intimate relationship with, and we have shared to, in quote, strangers, all in the name of when we have network or we have connected. I mean, you connect with people at different levels. I've come to realize in my life that there are some people, no matter how long I have known them, I will never share my marital issues with them. Never. Never. Because we don't share the same value. I would never share my marital issues with them. For some, I would never share anything about my children with them because we don't share the same value. I mean, I tried sharing with one at some point, and he just spoke loosely. And I said to myself, I don't think we're on the same wavelength. Now, the reason of what I also do, I'm playing in the media space, production media space. There are people that I've connected with that all I need from them is to get access to gears, right? That I would use. I can't discuss any other thing. I can't even discuss my business with them. I just need the gears from you. Do you have the gears that I can use? Yes, I have the gears. I pick the gears up from you from time to time. Oh, I like your post. I comment on your status. And that's it. That's where it ends. I'm not sharing anything more valuable to me than that with you, because that is what our network entails, that we share with one another, right? So it is understanding basically what a network is meant for and enjoy it on that basis, and not take it further than that, because I think sometimes we drive beyond this
boundaries,
point. Yes, we drive beyond this point. Like I said, Yalaje or Yaloja, amongst them, they have their friends. However, that still doesn't mean that if I don't have something in my store, I can think of somebody in my association that has it in his or her store, and I can go send my boy or somebody, go there myself and pick that item up and sell and still return your money. That's we are still within the same network. We have not betrayed anything, right? But when I discover that the values that I have are quite different from yours, I mean, I'm not just going to jump into your space. All of us attend, church, and all of us do things in church. And I said to somebody, I said, you see, people will not stop finding their likes in church, in as much as the church will never, allow or permit cliques and gangs. Some people will still find their like minds. I mean, I don't think there should be any church that should allow cliques and gangs. Trust me, you are ruining the entire assembly. However, some people will still find their likes and they will still bond with them.
Yeah.
And that brings me to another example that I wanted to cite. I was sitting with one of our members, a leader in our church. I think it was after service on Sunday, and he was telling me how networking with somebody saved him over about 2 million naira. Because in his mind, he got a place and he wanted to establish that place. And because he had a conversation with someone, what he should have done with 2 point something million naira, he ended up realizing that he could do it with just 100 and something thousand naira.
Wow.
Just because he was able to get valuable connection and conversation going on, right? And the ideas that he had about a business had a total shift because he had a conversation with someone.
Sorry to cut you. My when I was giving my talk, the last statement I made is your next breakthrough might just be one conversation away.
Exactly. And that was what happened to that brother, because he was able to have a valuable conversation. And so, like I said, it is totally out of place for you to take certain conversations to certain quarters.
Yeah.
Basically, because you are bonding. I mean, I can't bond with everybody. I can't bond with everybody, but I have to get to certain places and network with certain people. And that's why I mentioned in the chat room that you also need to understand the purpose of your networking and who you are networking with. If you are going there as a leech, trust me, they will throw you out. They will fish you out somehow.
Yeah.
They don't have to be They don't have to be Christians to fish you out. They don't have to.
At all.
They don't have to have the spirit of God. They just know that this guy is not with us and not for us, and so they fish you out. But there is another thing I also want to say, that there is also need for us to know that there are times you have to pay. I mean, literally pay money or whatever it is. Well, money first off, to get to certain levels of connections or network, right? In other words, we have to pay to get into that network. I've done it before, and I can't even say I regretted it. I didn't regret it, because there are certain people that you might not even find where you are seated. So, like you said, you attend conferences, you attend seminars. That's what you are doing. There are certain business schools or specialized schools that you have to pay to get into. Basically, not even because you just want to obtain this certificate. Maybe the certificate is also prestigious. However, it is the network in that space that you really want to connect with. And so I would just say, make sure that whatever you are doing in life, it is what supports your earthly agenda. I would always say this to people. There is a difference between my agenda and my manifesto. I read my manifesto, I don't read my agenda. Oh yeah, my agenda is kept to me. I read my manifesto. I think manifesto is what everybody reads. Manifesto is what the presidents, the governors, the mayors, and all of them read. They don't read the agenda to you. The agenda is kept to their chest. However, don't go about reading your agenda where you are supposed to be reading your manifesto, because sometimes we go about sharing our agenda in network meetings. I mean, everybody is there for a reason. We all are here with you tonight, but we are here for different reasons. I mean, different reasons. Some of us are here to learn. Some of us are here to share. Some of us are here to share and learn. Whichever way it is, we are here for different reasons. And the truth is that whatever anybody is saying is the person's perspective. You cannot also define how I hear what you are saying. They are two different things, right? So don't go about sharing your agenda when you are supposed to be talking about your manifestos, because you don't even know if the person is sharing the agenda with you. I mean, how would somebody walk into your life and then you are trying to become the person's friend, and the person is trying to detour you from the good that you are used to by saying, no, the people you are fantastic with, stop being fantastic with them, don't share anything with them, you are wasting your time, you are wasting your money, you are wasting your resources. My friend, before you showed up, they've been there. It's possible that you also shine light on the things that I'm not seeing, right? However, you must also know whether it is my agenda you are trying to foil or you are trying to foil your own agenda, right? Let's just understand what that is. Are you in this network for mentorship, for guidance, to enhance your reputation, to support your system, for personal growth and confidence, or to tap into hidden opportunities, or to access diverse perspective? Whatever it is, you have to define it. I mean, somebody taught me this principle a very long time ago. And of course, it was with respect to relationships, but then it is what I use across board in my life. We're just friends. And then she just asked me one day, years back, she said, so where's this friendship headed? I said, no, it's not heading anywhere. You are my friend, I'm your friend. He said, no, you need to define what the friendship is all about now, so that you will not wake up tomorrow and begin to sing another song. Let's talk about it now. I said, my friends say, okay, we're going to hold on to this forever. It is, we have defined what this is all about. So no matter how far we go with each other, this is what it is, right? And trust me, it's a principle that I feel we should all apply anytime we are going into any space. Why am I here?
Yeah.
At least we all, I believe, went to, went through one form of academic, pursuit or the other. You already know the course you were studying.
Yeah.
You didn't get into the university before you started asking yourself, what am I here to study, right? And so if you are going to your faculty, you have already told yourself, this is where my faculty is. My faculty is by the north gate, not the south gate. So I don't wake up every morning going to the south gate. And that's exactly how I feel we should approach relationships and networks, to say to ourselves, why am I here? What am I going to do with what I'm getting out of this place? If you have your end goal at heart, which is your agenda, keep it to your chest and keep working towards it, because everybody is driving towards an agenda. And trust me, until we get there, we don't even know what the agenda is. And any relationship that you cannot walk away from in, say, 30, 45 minutes of your life or seconds, I don't want to say seconds so that it won't look like a guy, take it easy. But any relationship you cannot walk away from in 30, 45, walk away completely from. That relationship is controlling your life, to whom you have submitted yourself to whom you have become a servant to, basically. So if you cannot walk away from that relationship, you should be able to ask yourself, should I walk away from this relationship now, or I should stay there? If you have stayed there, please don't come outside back end and begin to lament like Jeremiah. You chose to stay there, and take responsibility for your actions, and don't blame somebody else. Because there are times that people get into certain relationships and then you discover that they are taking whatever issues they're having from that place and they're discussing it elsewhere. They are spreading it all around like wildfire and making it look like all relationships are scams, all relationships are nonsense. You shouldn't have any bond with anybody. You should stay on your own. You should grow from becoming an extrovert to becoming an introvert, or you shouldn't talk to anybody. You should live your life on your own and lock yourself behind closed doors. It's not going to happen though. You should be responsible for the outcome of your connections, be it good or onto the other side. I don't want to say bad, but that's what it is though. You should be responsible for the outcome of that relationship, because at the end of the day, even you yourself, you're not going to judge the standard of your life by what the person did. You're going to judge the standard of your life by the way you responded to what the person did. Because as we grow older, we just discover that there are certain things in our lives that we don't even think we needed in the first place, that we're just holding onto our chest. And so being responsible, thank you, being responsible for the outcome of your life is very key. Define it as you go into it. You saw the advert, you saw the connection, you saw the and it looks enticing to you. But why am I going there? Do I just want to go there and be laughing up and down? Or I just want to go there and get something from this system? Like I said, 7 things. You are looking for access to diverse perspective. Are you looking for opportunities? Are you looking for innovations and collaborations? Are you looking for mentorship and guidance? Are you looking for enhanced reputation? It's possible that you went into it just because you want your reputation to be enhanced, or you are going into it to build a support system around yourself. Thank you so much, Mal. I truly appreciate it.
Wow. We're going deeper. Thank you so much.
When are we going to give him a title?
I had the title already. Shine.
No, shine is just fine. Shine is fine.
So Elder
Shine. Insights.
No, shine. Just shine. Shine.
No, Elder
I know. Thank you so much for shining light.
You can't get away from it.
As conferred by Senior Elder Davison.
You see, it has been confirmed by
we hereby
Professor
crown
Elder.
you and welcome you to the group of elders.
Thank you so much. Honestly, that was insightful, really. Thank you so much. You see why we need each other, because everybody bringing different perspective to help everybody. Even me, I'm learning. Maybe I start bringing my pen and paper to be typing something, but I have the videos anyways. Thank you so much for your perspective. It's amazing what we learn from other people. That's why I say, even if you give me 10 hours to talk, I cannot cover it all. And that's just the truth. And that's why I need you, to help bring, shed more light to other aspects of it. My experience is different from each and every one of your experiences. And that's why when we come together and share these real life experiences, other people, especially those on the FY, thinking, should I come? Should I not come? They're listening. They're listening, and I want to believe they're gaining something. Networking we cannot do without, but we need to be discerning. We need to know why we are networking. I mean, that's what I'm trying to sum up a few bits that a number of us have said. Networking is beautiful, is sweet. Networking can be let me not say it. But thank you so much, Shine, for that. Kenneth, I'm gonna come to you. Okay, well, CJ dropped off. Kenneth, I don't know, you've heard a lot. We want to hear your perspective about this topic. Or in case you're wondering, where should you even start from? What fears or hesitations do you have when it comes to networking? You can start with that. Or have you formed a meaningful relationship through networking? What made it work? You can start with either of those questions or whatever it is you want to share with us, because we're here to learn. So, Kenneth, good evening. Let us hear you. You have to unmute. Sometimes yeah, okay, he has. Thank you so much for joining.
Good evening, Professor. Good evening, doctors and lawyers. Every one of you are speaking well. We thank God for this platform. And we thank God for the grace that is upon our hosts for bringing in a wonderful and excellent topic.
Thank you,
networking. Every one of us know that networking is good, but depending on what you want to go into the networking, whether to use the person or to make sure that you get something out of the person or you make the person. That is from my own perspective, because you are all spoken well, and for me networking is very good. But the reason why you are going into the networking, whether you gain or you lose, that is why it's either advantage or disadvantage. You must have an advantage or disadvantage. But whatever that will come out of it, there is no way we can stay out of networking, because it can lift you up or it can bring you down. That is what I must say, because I'm at work. I'm just trying to summarize everything you people have already said. But thank you everyone that has spoken. You are all spoken well, and we are already learned out of it. So we might be careful when we are going into networking, because it might bring us down or it might lift us up. God bless you all.
Oh, thank you. Short and sharp. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, that's an eye opener. Maybe you're just joining and you're wondering, networking, okay, what are they talking about? And this Kenneth has kind of summed it up in a way for us. You have to be intentional, because these things, like you say, I've seen lives marred to the point that you say, and you allow this person to do this just because of this networking we're talking about. Lives have been lost as a result of networking. So it might seem like an easy topic, or, looks fine and all. But the beauty side of it is some people have been wretched through networking. They've come into their wealth. So let's not, it's not one-sided, to be honest with you. But either way, it could be grievous. It could be an awesome experience as well. But it's not left for you when you're networking or you go networking, whether it's a professional, whether it's spiritual, whatever it is, you yourself, you need to know the reason why you're choosing to do that, why you're choosing to network with whichever group or wherever it is you found yourself. If you cannot define it yet for yourself, please do not network, because you might lose the opportunity, good opportunities that you're supposed to get from there, or you might the other party will lose interest in you before you even network with them. Either way, you don't want to lose, because networking is purposeful as well. I can put it that way. Is purposeful. It just depends on you yourself, what you're looking for, what you're ready and willing to give as well. Because if you go in with the mindset, take this information, take that, take this idea, what are you willing to give back in return as well? So there must be purpose for your networking. Yeah, it has to be. Whether small purpose, big purpose, just like Shine said, everybody has come here for different reason. What is your reason, or what are your reasons for networking with this person, with that group of? It's not everybody that wants to be friends with me that I've said yes to, because I have learned the hard way. I have learned the hard way, trust me. I remembered one friendship like that. The thing just fizzled out, kind of. This person was going through whatever, and they said, okay, before you do this project or this thing you want to do, let's be praying every Monday and be fasting. And I remembered one Monday like that, I'd finished praying in my own house. We're supposed to go chase one or two things, and then we're meant to break the fast in the evening. This is somebody I've networked with, and she needed me to join with her, pray about this or that. And then I go to this person's house, I think it was about 10 in the morning. They opened the door with toast and tea in their hand. And I'm like, hello? Have you forgotten it's Monday? Have you forgotten we're supposed to be praying and fasting? Oh, Jared, I said, me a nursing mother left my everything to pray and fast with you. Here you are eating tea, eating bread and tea. I said to myself, for me, something is wrong with you. I felt so, in fact, I don't know the word. It was somebody shook a dagger in my heart. Here is me like, hey, this person. And they were so casual. I said, how can I carry somebody's problem more than they are carrying their problem? That thing really hit me. I just felt, what kind of a friend is this person going to be? Can I trust them? Because I'm believing if it were to be the other way around, I need you to join me in prayer and we start to fast. We decided. And then you went about eating. And me, I was praying, fasting, going on top of mountain, quoting and all that. And you're busy eating. Imagine that. So I knew that this friendship, anyway, let me finish. The main reason is to help this person through whatever that is. Afterwards, they even helped us to go our way, so to say. Afterwards, I think 2 weeks later, I took ill, very ill. I was bedridden. This person that I will go with my baby, help and do that. Not even a phone call to say, your husband said you're poorly, blah, blah. Not even phone call, not even come to say, for me, how are you, no. And then after, because I was really poorly for a while, after God knows how long, it was a while, knock on my door one day, and my husband opened the door because I was still on my bed. I couldn't get up. He said, Funmi's in the room, go meet her. Do you know what this person said to me? He said, hey, you know what? I was just going to my in-law, and on the way back, I said, I think Funmi lives here. Oh, let's just stop by. I was an afterthought. And I said to myself, what kind of networking is this, or what kind of relationship is this? And of course, they stayed. I was in tears when they left because I thought this person is like-minded. We can build something because, like Debbie, once I'm in kind of a thing. But that was like the second or third time my heart was broken in that. And I said, how long do I want to keep with this? And they left my house. I stopped calling. Because I'm always is one-sided anyways. So the moment I stopped doing all of those, it's like everything just fizzled out, and that was the end of that. And I love to reflect on relationships like that. And I had to go back. Were there signs that I missed that this person had been showing their true colors, but because I wanted this friendship to be something, just like I said, vulnerability. Because some people will play on that. And now saw all the things I've missed. I'm like, wow. But I said, thank God it's not too bad. I've learned and moved on. So now if somebody wants to come and be friends, I'm wary. I don't know, maybe it's the experience that taught me. I'm wary. I have 1,000,001 questions. To what end? Why? Whether male or female, doesn't even matter now. I'm wary because I want to know. I know people would lie just to get what they want or whatever. But my antenna is, I don't shine my antenna. Shine, I think we'll be using you more often now. So that's the point where one has to start reevaluating. I'm telling you, anyway, I don't want to talk too much. We've all said it. Know the reason why you're networking. To what end? What are you willing to give? Because that is very important. Just like Debbie said, or somebody said, it might not even, the person you are networking with they have everything. They're wealthy, they have professional experience, they have all of that. You need to network right to know that this is a tiny bit thing that this person is lacking, that you can be of benefit to them. And that will even bond you some more. So you don't just go there with what you want to get. Be creative, be innovative, be intentional, and look out for these people you're networking with, how you can benefit their lives as well. Whether they're older, whether they're more matured, whether what. Look at how you can also be a blessing to them in terms of this networking. It goes a long way. Do not overrule the dangers of networking. A lot of people have been burnt because they overlooked it. A lot of people have been burnt because they were focused, this thing must work, it has to work. And God is telling you, let go of this network. It will not profit you. And you're like, the advantage is it is. You're logically reasoning it. And at the end of the day, your fingers are all burnt. And you're not saying, God, you can't blame God because He warned you. So sometimes let us pause for a second. Maybe this is the time for us to sit and evaluate all the networks in our life, families, pair, colleague, friends, career, whatever it is. Evaluate it. How is this still benefiting me, or how am I benefiting them? Sometimes you might have to cut yourself away from certain networks because it's not benefiting you, you're not benefiting them. Why are they there? They're just sapping energy and all of that. So these are truths we need to say to ourselves. Remember, it's your choice. It is your choice. So before we round up today, I don't know if anyone wants to say their final thoughts. If not, we call it a night. Thank you all so much for your contributions. Wealth of contributions. I really, really, really appreciate every single one of you. Please unmute, say your final words or thoughts if you have any. Otherwise,
I want to see,
let's
of
see.
networking. I think Barashal has mentioned it, and I briefly kind of summarized my last point that there's different people will do different things.
Yeah.
And I think it's just recognizing what each person is bringing as well as what you are bringing in. Like I said, I've been in a situation where I met somebody, we did certain things for a particular period of time, whether the project, a service, and it was just that. And it's just good to recognize
Yeah.
what they are doing, what you're doing, and the season you're doing, because it's not everybody you're going to carry with. So there's going to be certain things in your team and the people you're working with that will do. So yes, it's very important to recognize and to connect with people that you're working with or you're doing stuff with. It's just good to recognize that. And it's also good to recognize when certain people are not who don't fulfill their obligations.
Yeah.
That they don't fulfill the obligation, and you need to know how to go about that and deal with it in a way that your heart doesn't get entangled in that situation, where you can still remain objective.
Yeah.
It's very, very important to remain objective in all your dealings. It's really important, and it's good to always make sure you get the right advice, right counsel. But one of the good things about networking I've learned, especially in the UK, is the value of information. As much as you receive information, also be informed. Also be informed about the thing you're seeking about. So when you are coming into that situation, you have an idea of what you're looking for and the right questions to ask. Because even the kind of questions you ask kind of can make people very interested in what you are trying to do with the information as well. And that's quite helpful. So I just want to drop that there. Thank you.
Thank you.
I remember when I just started this event business, and then I didn't have a car, and there was a lady who had attended the same church that we agreed that she had a child, she was stable. I wasn't stable then. When I mean stable, I didn't have a place I could call my own. I was cutting with someone, but that's the only thing that I could do at that point to feed myself. And she said, okay, let's do this thing together. I said, okay. And then because I was the one that was really doing it, and everybody, I'm always about, okay, what are we gonna do? How do we put some colors in it? People approach me first. So when they approach me, I will go to her. But she's lived in the country. She's been in the country for a while before I came in. So she kind of knew the contacts of where to get things that we were going to use. But I'll bring the business in. And on the day of the job, event business is about what you do before, on the day of the job, and after. So on the day of the job, when I'm busy running around trying to work with time, like they give you a time to set up that, okay, you only have 3 hours, you only have 2 hours. I'm running around with the staff and everything. She'll just sit down. She'll just sit, and I'll be the one running around. So at the end of the day, people would approach me first, thinking that it's all mine, right? After a while, one day I now called. I said, look, how do we share this thing, the profit that comes from this? How do we share it? Because I can't be the one that will go and look for the business, the one that will have to, think of what we're gonna do, do everything, and then expect us share it. At the end of the day, she kind of just fizzled out. She's fizzled out. One day the husband now came to me and said, look, the husband couldn't just help and come and comment with her. Look, you're doing very well. I know you started this thing with my wife. Look at how far you have gone and all that. So it's important that you know when to pull the plug, when to let go. That okay, this thing is not benefiting me
Emily,
anymore.
it could be hard sometimes.
It could be hard, yeah. It could be hard.
Or that
It could
you're
be
not
hard.
getting what you require from it as such. Just let it go.
I know. It could be hard, honestly. It could really be hard, but
yeah. Thank
the
you.
power of choice.
Which is harder though? Suffer the pain or just pull it out? Which is harder? You see, because for me, I mean, it's what I've also learned in a very terrible way. I've gotten, I don't want to say I've gotten my entire body burns. Just trying to say, let's not just,
I know, you see?
You still.
You've been there, done that.
For me to have gotten to a point in my life that I can say any relationship I cannot walk away from in 30 minutes, of course, apart from my relationship with God and that of my family, right? That one I can't, those ones are exceptions. But any other network that I cannot walk away from, regardless of what I have put into it, I think I'm doing myself more harm than good. That's where I've worked my mind to. And I might not, there are some of them that you might not physically walk away from, but you can mentally and emotionally walk away from it. And trust me, once you're mentally out of it, it's as good as you being physically out of it.
But Shine, you've come a long way. You had to learn to get to where you're at in your mind now.
But you know why we are here? One of the reasons for putting this together or being orchestrated by God is so that some people will also not walk through the same ropes and get to that point before they now realize and learn. Because trust me, ma, I wish I had known what I know now. Then
but that is where experience comes in.
I paid. Let me say I paid with my life, but I paid with part of my life. Yes, I burned some years that I would have used, for myself to become more reasonable. Achieve certain things. All things work together for good. I surrender to the scripture 110%. All things work together for good, even my errors inclusive. Yeah. However, if I had walked away from that, I don't think God would have said I will have to enter that fire first off to get. The truth is that we don't have to be foolish before we become wise, though. I think we should also learn that.
Sometimes we learn the hard way, isn't it?
Sister, we don't have to become foolish before we appreciate wisdom. Every testimony is not born.
But when one is operating in that folly, you're not seeing it as foolishness,
No, that's what I'm saying. I saw at some point I saw mine, but I said no, it's hard. You cannot just walk away from it. You can't pull the plug.
Like I was telling somebody there yesterday that you look at the decision you made, a decision you took about 5 years ago. I thought, oh my God, that was so foolish of me. It wasn't foolish. You took that decision. You made that decision based on the situation surrounding you at that point, at that time.
Yeah.
If you have to make the same decision now, you wouldn't, because your situation had changed from what it was. Yes, you know better. So sometimes you look and say, "Why did I do that? For God's sake!" It was because of what you had then, the resources you had.
There were some of the decisions that we made out of emotions, and I'm sure you agree with me on this.
I don't like to say spiritual with emotions.
No.
I support what you just said.
Emotions, not.
Sometimes we make our decisions based on emotions.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's emotions. It's not because of whether there was something you were even benefiting from it.
No.
At some point, I'm sorry, let me just say this, man. At some point, there was this particular family, and till tomorrow, I still have the bond with that family. Till tomorrow. But there was this family that if they call me at this time of the day. I mean, it's 10:48 in Nigeria. If they call me, it's either I would probably just look for a way to take permission from my wife and say, this family needs me a lot, blah, blah, blah. Of course, at that time, I was single. It's about 20 years ago. Of course, I was single. But then I could do anything. And at some point, I was literally driving the woman. And she just mentioned, we're talking. And she just said to me, nobody will take you seriously now because you're not serious with your life. I held my head. I almost left the steering.
Yeah.
I mean, I was driving her. Let's take note. I was driving her. She said nobody will take you seriously now because you are not serious with your life.
Wow. Yeah.
That's the person that would call me at any time of the day and I would respond to. I said, oh, wow, Shayo, you need to take your life serious. So that was not because of the situation I was in. It wasn't because of what I was benefiting. It was just because I said, Shayo, if they call you, you should be there. After all, you are a brother. You are like a brother, I mean, there were certain situations that Jesus Christ walked away from.
Oh, yeah. We have
He just
to
walked
learn
away
to
from
do
it.
that as well, no matter how hard.
Just walk away from it.
Thank you. To continue to help us to be discerning, really. And the one, I don't know why I keep saying this, seasonal networking. Know when to know that it's enough. Know when to walk away. Know when to know that this has done its bit, it's time to let go. Because when you don't, hey, I don't know, I'm hammering on this. Please, it could be very dangerous when we don't let go. And for us as believers that are discerning and all, one thing I've learned over the years is sentiment and spirituality. They don't mix in my book. I will pray about something and God will say, don't do this. The next minute like this is like, if you don't do it, this person will die, almost. And you'll be moved with compassion like Jesus was moved. We'll quote Bible anyhow we want, when we want to do what we want to do. You know that. And I've learned when God says, sit there, even if you are running on top of the mountain, I'll just say, Father, hold them well, let them land well. I will not, because I've learned. Just like Shine was saying, you have to learn the hard way. Not to mix stuff. So if you're the type you hear from God and this networking is pulling you, pray about it. Don't just go because it's pulling you. Don't mix and I'm telling you, Onoye, how are you? Don't mix things. When you mix emotion with networking and all of that, you will get into much trouble. So let's be mindful. And it's not everyone reaching to want to network with you that you should oblige. You have a right to say no. Don't feel they'll be looking at you somehow. Your reputation will be your life. Choose one. Anyway, may God expand that in our heart. Thank you all so much. Emily, Leslie, Shine, Elder Adegbenga, A13, Elder Debbie.
You didn't call Elder Shine well. You said Elder Shine.
Elder Shine.
Please.
No, we'll leave calling
Deaconess Debbie. Deaconess Debbie. Leave Shine alone.
See, you see this deaconess
thing. A long time.
My course, thank you. I appreciate it. Shine is
You see
just
the Shine.
Wait, now, it's not everybody that comes here we give title. It's out of love, and this networking we're talking.
See, Elder Shine, as you are rejecting this title,
elders,
if I take it
to give you something, please accept it.
Don't mind him. Don't mind him. This is to buy Siman Shinap.
We don't not network. We should.
Siman Shinap. For what? For peace of freedom. What?
Shima. Debbie, where did you get that from? Shima Shinap. Oh God.
You know when you want to ordain people for elder in the village, you buy Siman Shinap and go there.
Uncle Nuts.
We use wine, non-alcoholic wine. You this Elder Debbie, mind yourself.
Okay. This is still part of networking.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I love this community so much. I mean, when I finish, I'll start laughing. Sometimes I'm laughing. I was like, "What? Share now." I say, "Oh, you missed the live." Sometimes it's on the FY listening. I say, "Did you not hear when this person said?"
Okay, we hail you. If you are listening, we hail you.
Yes,
thank you, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Much love.
Good evening. We are hailing you.
In case it's there, sometimes I play the video. I say, "Can you hear what they're saying about you? Can you hear that?" They say, "Well done." I say, "Okay." So everyone, thank you so much. Please, as we're talking about networking, look, don't say because you met here on Insights or whatever, you follow one another. Now I'm cautioning myself. Please feel free to follow one another, but do not feel obligated. Okay? If you feel like following anyone on this platform, please do follow one another. Like I say, it's not compulsory. But I need one favor. Let's take it to 55 likes before we round up today. And Elder Debbie, the day you help me announce my goal, this one maybe I'll make you partial moderator. If you do if you do it well, the partial one.
I don't want that title.
No,
Why will you give me partial
you have
title?
to help me with my goals today, even if it's one rose. Let's put it in there. I know
Did I not send? I thought I sent Rose. So
since now it's
this is my
expired.
network. Oh wow.
It has expired. No.
Okay. Oh yeah, everybody start dropping your
I've been
offerings.
told to always advertise my goals for the day.
Everybody start dropping your offerings. Don't come to the house of the Lord empty-handed.
Since I can't buy coins. I can't buy coins. What have I done wrong?
No, the pink box will let you do that.
I can't buy it on my phone. I can only buy it on my laptop. So on my laptop, I tried to buy it the other day and it wouldn't let me. I just put the account in. I don't know, maybe I'll go. So I wanted to know if there's a cap on it because I keep buying.
It depends if you have put a cap on your account.
You have to connect your account to the phone. So say for example, if you click on the pink box, if you click on that pink box, it will tell you what
it will tell you to recharge. Yeah, it will tell you to recharge.
So if you don't have an account set up with it, where do you want money to come from? So there has to be an account so that when you click, let's say you click £2 or whatever, you now click on double because your account would have linked it. So from your account straight away, it will upload it. So
I'll go and do it again. I'll go and do it again because I'm really low.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we learn every day, don't we? Even those things, with time. I remember it was big one. I was saying this and this. We will go live for tutorials. They say, hey, for me this. I said, me too, I had to learn that way. I had to learn. I'm happy sharing this information because not every button. And funny enough, he learned one or two and he was telling me, I said, me too, I didn't know that function, you see? So we rub minds, really. If you're networking with someone, and that's why I said we still need to be mindful. Sometimes you find out that, wow, this person, what you're gaining from them is even more than you thought you would get from there. Also pour yourself as well because it goes a long way. Iron sharpening iron.
I'm trying to. The thing is, my domestic is tough, and when I come back, the kind of job that I do is very good. It's tailor fitted to my lifestyle, and I love it. I thank God every day for my job. So what I want to do is when I go live, I want to teach.
Okay.
Empower women on that everybody needs a side hustle. Teach them how to do like centerpieces, table alignment, and all that, balloons and all that.
When are you going to start, sis? That is my own question to you. When do you want to start?
I'll do it next week. I thought I was going to do it today, but I have 2 events next week that I'm busy, I'll do it next week.
Okay, the thing is,
Debbie, I can hear you.
When they said, when are you going to start? As a business person, me, I already know that as you said next week, now I already put you under prayer. Next time you will say, I will do it as the spirit director, because next week you have job. You have job. You will not have time to come to TikTok live.
That if you're not careful,
I'll start because I see a lot of it's just like, look, the kind of person that I am, which is what I tell God, that look, you've given me the heart of giving. But please put something in my hands to give. Unfortunately, this country is a country where there's so many laws and so many red tapes. I'm this kind of person that I want to enter the care home and blow them balloons. That when it's their birthday, you blow them balloons and make them feel good. Because every human being,
the birthday would have
there's a lot of red tape. So if I teach people, I remember there was one day I went to a church, I was just blowing balloon, and this lady walked up and said, "Oh God, could you teach me how to do that?" I said, because I was looking at her and thinking, are you saying you don't know how to blow just normal? But I said she didn't know how to do it. So that's why I knew that a lot of people don't know how to just do normal cluster. Fine, you can watch it on YouTube. But sometimes you need somebody that really, make the because sometimes it's a 30-minute thing.
This is why we're networking here. Do me a favor. I mean, you can take it, you cannot, because you will always be busy. Yeah. Look at your last 1 week because it's the closest you can remember fully. What day, what time you find out that you have couple of hours that you can actually come live. I need you to write it down because on that day and time next week, I'm coming to look for you live. Because one of the things I remember, big one, when we're
Don't
sharing
put
this,
her
you know how
on
many
the
months ago we've been talking, I will do, I will not do, I will do, I will not do. I said, this thing will not do itself unless you do it. And you have to be intentional about it. Such that when it's take off, it becomes part of your routine. You know not to take work at that time because you're committed to this now. It's part of what it is. So either before and after you will do work, but that time is solely for this because otherwise next week will never come. Sis,
I'll do it. I'll
think
get all
about
my events. By Sunday, I'll get it out of the way. By Monday, I'll do it, sis. I'll send you a message, sis. I'll
okay.
send you a message and I'll do it. I'll put my axe together because, it's a practical thing. You need to get the balloons too. Create the make, so I'll do it. I'll do it, honestly.
Or
This is in my heart. That's something I
you
want
can
to do.
just start with the basics of the basics that you don't even need any material. Now I'm trying to make it easy for you so you don't overwhelm yourself. Sometimes if you want to do this, do this, just come and sit. Basics. If you have picture, show or whatever, so that what if something happens, you don't have time to go to market and buy that bag. You say, oh, don't worry, I'll buy next week. That next week, 2 weeks is gone already. So don't do not overburden yourself. Start with the moment you start with that basics, before you come up again next time, you would have to make sure
That
you
I've
get
been ready.
balloons.
Yeah.
So
Monday, I'll
it's a
do it. I'll do it
challenge.
Monday. I'll do it.
It's
Thank
a
you so
challenge.
very much.
You're
Honest, thank you
welcome.
for the encouragement. Thank you.
You can do
For
it.
people
So
like
let
us that
us
we are
know.
late starters. Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, no, let's leave. Because we're rounding up now. If I bring another guest,
Yeah.
it will take us till when? This is 11 o'clock. Okay, so that my husband will let me come back another time. Let us begin to work. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the likes, for your contributions, for the support, for the networking as well. God bless
Did you call
every
my
one
name?
of us. And I pray that we will not be vulnerable to bad networks. God open our
Amen.
eyes.
No.
God will help us
Amen.
to
Be careful.
shine
We should be
our
careful.
eyes,
To
our hearts should
shine like
be
the
sharp.
shine.
Oh. God will help us all. Guys, please have a wonderful week ahead. Till I come your way again
Thank
on
you.
Thursday, 8 p.m. What's it? No, I will not even tell us. We're coming here to talk about
When we will come
marriage.
and learn from the elders. Elder Shine.
Marriage. We're talking about
Elder
marriage
Leslie.
talks, relationship talks. So everybody, we're learning from one another, no matter how small you
Excuse
feel
me.
your contribution is. Thank you so much for always being here. Honestly, I really appreciate every single one of you. Have a
You're very
lovely,
welcome,
lovely
sis.
night rest and be good.
And you
Bye,
too. Bye
everyone.
bye.
Bye.
Good
Bye.
night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Oh, inside.
8:13. Gracias.
Inside.
Yeah, we continue to learn and improve. So is life meant to be. Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you, the Debbie. Thank you, 8:13.
Bringing hope and make you feel
Good night.
alright.